to do.
Or pylon route, for if your coach has referred to it like that. But anyways, again, play design, play calling, and giving Sam time, all crucial in a game like this week.
And we haven't even talked about Ryan Hatter.
No, we haven't had a need to.
MSFA Defensive Player of the Week for Roosevelt.
Yeah.
2.5 sacks last game. He's coming in with a vengeance. I mean, I'm
in danger.
He's going to build off of this, and I don't know if our tackles are.
I mean, this smells like a trap game. Roosevelt's a 3-2 ball club.
It reeks of a trap
For
game.
who?
Us. On paper, we should beat Roosevelt.
Yeah.
This Roosevelt defense is going to be up there with St. X as one of the best defenses we've seen all year.
And I know we're going to get into defense later, but I think our defense needs to win us this game.
They have to answer the call after 28 last week.
Yep.
That's what it is.
And here's the thing, 28 points.
It's not awful.
It's not a bad game.
No, not at all.
It's not a terrible game at all. That's 4 possessions. You allowed them to score on 4 possessions.
But compared to the games that we've had defensively,
yes. I think the biggest thorn on my side defensively from last week is the 167 yards rushing that they allowed.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thorn on my side from the game.
And, it goes back to Mike Johnson, who is
who's questionable for this week. We don't know if he'll be on the field against Roosevelt.
Agonizing in pain on the sidelines, and you
continue to send him out.
It's not even that you send him out. You allow him to go back out. At what point do you as a coach grab him and go, nah, you're not good. You can't go back out there. This is risking
You're putting your body.
It happened with 2 players, 2 important players for this defense, and it just...
And with Tyler Tenner,
Jake, you better be careful. Remember who you're employed by.
I'm getting amped
No,
up.
but with Tyler Tenner staring us in the face this coming week, not having Mike Johnson, I'm sorry, it'd be detrimental. So
we haven't even talked about this too.
I know
Is
we're
it
getting
about
into
Roosevelt? We can take a break and we can come back to Roosevelt.
I know we're gonna get into defense later, get into the matchup preview later. So I don't want to allude to it too much.
I think we're gonna take the break now. We'll come back, do the Roosevelt breakdown, get you guys ready for this ball game. You're listening to the Fighting Saints pregame show, the Sports Saturday pregame show, Saints Radio, WCSF, Joliet, 88.7 FM.
Stay tuned throughout the game for the Sports Saturday halftime and postgame shows hosted by Matthias Warner, right here on Saints Radio, WCSF.
We welcome you back to the Sports Saturday pregame show. I'm Alex Melkars, joined by Jake DiLorenzo, Matthias Warner, and Braden Kidd. The 4 of us are jamming out in here to some Panama.
Especially Jake. He said he was going to be in bed by 11, and he's still moving like it's
This is
5 o'clock.
This is still the pre-recorded portion of the show. It's 11:06 p.m.
It's live.
It's Saturday. It's not Saturday.
We definitely kicked off the show with Bears winner.
Yeah, we definitely
Yeah. Who, Nintendo Wii?
All right.
That guy. That guy.
Matthias and I.
That's true.
Matthias and
at least Matthias was keeping it together. He wasn't screaming.
Dude, I was having a panic attack. I haven't won a football game in 347 days.
Almost a year.
Matthias, your thoughts on the Chicago Bears winner?
Yeah, that was wild how that happened 2 days ago.
We've had 2 days to soak it in. I'm actually not a Bears fan at all. I don't care.
We do not care.
How about that Red River rivalry earlier?
Red River rivalry.
Red River Revel.
Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather.
Cut me some slack. It's 4 o'clock on Saturday. Come on.
4 o'clock? We're doing a pregame show at 4?
That's a 3-hour pregame
it's a
show.
night game.
It's a 7 p.m.er. Which is why, Jake, you and I will have halftime and postgame responsibilities. Appointment listening, ladies and gentlemen. Appointment listening.
It's going to be a good time.
Especially if
Do I have to recut my promo?
No. Oh! Please never breathe into my microphone like that again. The Fighting Saints welcome Roosevelt, the Lakers, who, as we've already said, are 3-2 on the year, and this smells like trap game, Braden.
100%. They're basically averaging the same stat line that St. X just put up against us. They're averaging 185.8 passing yards a game, 150.4 rushing yards per game, which is coming when it comes to that rushing game, Tyler Tenner is absolutely carrying it, which is why the Mike Johnson injury that we've spoken of worries me so much. Tyler Tenner, I will play devil's advocate. Roosevelt has had a lot of trouble with taking care of the football. A lot of picks, a lot of fumbles, but Tyler Tenner, he's averaging 128 yards per game. That's
if Joe was here, I would ask him if that's good.
That's unlike anything that we've come across so far this season. And also 8 touchdowns across 5 games. You're sitting in pretty good shape. So we got a lot on our plate, and I think I mentioned it earlier. It's going to be our defense's job to win this game. You guys made your NFL references. Now I'm going to make mine. This Roosevelt offense just screams Jameis Winston to me. It's either they're explosive or they're coughing up the football.
I hope that this is the Jameis Williams that had 6 touchdown Alvin Kamara in his backfield, because looking at these stats, this guy's rushed the ball 121 times over 5 games.
Yeah, he rushed last week against a very, very, I'm going to say it, very bad football team in St. Ambrose, a 30-17 win for the Lakers. This guy, Tyler Tenner, 32 attempts for 188 yards.
Bro was carrying the ball 24 times a game.
He averaged 6 yards a carry.
Yeah.
3 touchdowns.
Yeah, well, talking about the defensive line last week, obviously what St. X did to us on the ground. Am I confident going into this game looking at these numbers?
No.
Not really.
No.
Not really. But what does this open up?
The passing game.
The passing game.
Hooray.
Look at all the talent we have. We have Dezion Jordan, Daniel Getch, Sam Tumulty, Joey Tumulty,
Scott Tumulty.
Let's open up the playbook. Let's open up the playbook and actually seem innovative.
Let's do something new.
Yes, let's try something new, because
this is the time to do it. You dropped a heartbreaker, and now your season is on the line.
Yeah.
And for those of you that don't know, the playoff system has been changed. It's 20 teams get in now, correct?
no, not the last 5.
Hold on. I have my notes open, and I'm not using them. All right. 32 teams. That's right. 32 teams make the playoffs. 8 from each area region. And right now, according to our very own Nick Jacobs, the top 8 in our region are as follows. If I could just get to the replies. Okay. Well, I'll get the replies up in a second. But the Saints win out, they have a chance. Right? So the way it works, the team must be ranked in the top 25 and in the top 8 of their area. And to be playoff eligible, which for us is Area 3, that consists of the GPAC and both the MSFA Midwest and Mideast leagues.
Okay, so
the top 8 right now, according to Nick Jacobs, in no particular order: Morningside, Northwestern, Dordt, Marion, Indiana Wesleyan, St. Xavier, Concordia, Nebraska, USF. Roosevelt and Olivet not far behind.
So USF essentially has to win the MSFA. Their division.
So division winners are automatically in. Conference winners are automatically in.
See,
after that, all the at-large bids, you have to be a top 25 football team, which if we win out, we will be, and you have to be in the top 8 of your arc.
This team is talented enough to win the conference. Should have no problem. We have to bounce back, essentially. This team is way too talented to just
roll over.
Yeah, exactly. And you got all these guys. It's their last year. Mike Johnson, Jalen Cooper. You got all these guys. This is it. So you best believe that these guys are going to go out fighting, and I think that they have to do it. They have to. There's no reason that this team should not bounce back and win a conference.
And I think that light at the end of the tunnel is going to keep them from this being a trap game, right? I mean, if there was just a big letdown and you knew that the rest of the season was just for your participation, then there would be no real drive to it.
Yeah,
but if you still have a chance,
playing for something.
Yeah, you're playing for something. I mean, come on.
The skin is still in the game.
And you mentioned all those defensive players, Jake. There are areas, there's a lot of trap-ish areas of this team that kind of scream that it's trap game, but there are a lot of areas for this defense to exploit. Luke Wilson, senior quarterback, 3 interceptions this season. Junior quarterback, Carson Budke, 5 interceptions this season. we're talking 8 interceptions across 5 games, and I already talked about the fumbles. This team is explosive, but they cannot take care of the football. Our secondary has to come out swinging. I want to see at least 2 picks this game.
This is the bounce back game that we need. This is especially for the secondary. I know that
Jake, you went from doom and gloom 30 seconds ago to we are now going to definitely win this football game.
No, I'm
Time
just
to
saying,
make up your mind.
I'm just saying that this is what has to happen because Braden brought up a good point with the turnovers. They're 8-8 touchdown interception ratio. Mm-hmm. So this is a game that the secondary really has to bounce back and say, hey, you know, we are those guys that you thought we were through the first 4 games of the season.
We are that guy, pal.
How are we doing on those T-shirts, by the way, Jake?
Yeah, we're T-shirt update, Legion of Zoom.
I felt like after last week, I don't know. Legion of Zoom was actually the name of the Chiefs wide receiver core when they won the Super Bowl. I don't think that's
Can have nothing nice.
That's not us. Can we just take
Yeah,
the
well,
Legion
right
of
now
Boom?
we're the Legion of Gloom, so I'm gonna need you to turn. I'm gonna need you to turn it around,
Rare
buddy.
Braden W. Everyone acknowledge rare
Hats
Braden
off.
W.
Hats off.
This is me taking my cap off. Well done. Well done.
Nice job.
Well done. Very proud of you in that moment. This Roosevelt offense, Carson Budke.
I think,
Madonna.
I think it was Madonna too, but
No, hold on.
Tyler Tenner.
Let me look that up real quick. Keep talking, but
Tyler Tenner is this entire offense. That's what it comes down to. Again, I think I've said this at least 3 times now in our 6 shows. It's going to be won and lost by the front 7. If the front 7 does their job and contains Tyler Tenner, we are going to be
2.5 maybe.
Okay, then that would have been Madonna. You said 2 weeks.
Hey, Nick, you there? Nick. Nick and Dave. Nick and Dave. Fellas, you there? Check 1 2. Check 1 2. I hear y'all. Do you hear me?
Tonight's MFSA and NAIA matchup features the visiting Fighting Saints from St. Francis University and your Roosevelt.
I put on your headphones. You can hear them talking.
The St. Francis Fighting Saints are led by head
I
coach
said
Director of Athletics at St. Francis is Dave Laquetta. And the President of St. Francis University is Dr. Arvid Jackson.
Yeah, but just me right now. They have a cool game day atmosphere, it sounds like.
1 2 check.
Nick,
check,
Nick, you
check,
there?
Check. 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Nick, you getting
Check
us?
check check.
Nick.
1 2 1 2 check check check. 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Hey, Nick, it's Alex.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
All right, just making sure.
Yep, I got you.
We got about 11 minutes, 45 seconds left on the pre-recorded. So that gets us down to about 54 on the clock.
Yep.
Jake and I can come in, give you guys a quick intro, and then we can throw out right to you guys, give you guys about 5 minutes of pregame if that works.
Yeah, we got on the countdown here. We got 17 minutes and 35 seconds. So that.
So yeah, that works out. That's about 5 minutes for you guys.
Yeah, that'd be great. This is working out great.
Yeah. All right, perfect.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Bye.
That's the other reason why I like that you brought up the linebackers, though, because I mean, I kind of brought up my gripe. I think it was after the Lawrence Tech game about just these short passes, just letting them march down the field like 8-9 yards at a time. This team doesn't. I mean, their leading receivers are averaging around like 70 yards a game. It's not like it's not like they're throwing 30-yard bombs where Jalen Cooper is gonna throw himself in the air and grab the ball.
yeah.
We need to have better coverage in that middle part of the field. This team isn't throwing bombs all the time.
I think the best way to describe this team is they're going to systematically pick you apart. They're going to
They're just gonna.
They're going to
5 yards. 5 yards.
They're gonna-
5
and
yards. 5 yards.
Yeah, and that's going to be the issue because I can see that leading to absolute domination of time of possession, and I think that's how I could see this team beating us is Sam doesn't even get the chance.
That's why turnovers are going to be so important. When the game is shortened by this team that really likes to drain the clock, use up a lot of time of possession.
Got to get the turnover.
Got to get back on the board with the turnover category. And for the Saints, obviously, they need to take advantage of that too. I mean, they got to stay away from Joey Bayhop and Stacey Terry in the defensive backfield. 4 and 3 interceptions, respectively, for Roosevelt.
Wow. Jesus.
This is
Coop leads the team with 2, correct?
Yep.
Where's Mabutis been?
I don't know.
And I would also like to point out, Braden brought up to the point of the long sustained drives. You did it as well, Jake. We saw what happened when Stay Next started to have those long drives. They had that like 16, 17 play drive, and guys like Johnson came off the field. They were just gassed.
Yeah, you get tired.
The defense is not conditioned for this kind of trench warfare, this battle of attrition that is going to happen on Saturday.
And then here's the thing: is that
That's going to happen today.
You like they run the ball so much, like St. X did last week. The DBs get they I'm trying to think of the word here. They get help me, like they get like steady. I'm trying to think of the word. What's the word here?
Tired?
No.
Complacent?
Yeah, kind of. So basically,
Static.
Willing to give up 5-yard in routes.
The DBs see the run so much, they just they kind of count out the pass a little bit, and
now here comes play action over the top.
exactly, and they get thrown off guard. So it's the same thing the Titans do with Derrick Henry all the time. So it's just
Market, NFL reference market.
that's like 3 for me today.
Yeah.
I'm on a roll, but they are good comparisons.
No, I never said they weren't.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back. We'll give you our predictions. It's time. Will everyone pick the Saints? I don't know.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, don't go anywhere. Sports Saturday pregame show, Saints Radio, WCSF Joliet, 88.7 FM.
The Encounter is online. Read up on all things Fighting Saints and USF at usfencounter.stfrancis.edu.
He's like that black lab on the first day of pheasant hunting season. He was pulling at the chain.
It's the Sports Saturday pregame show. I'm Alex Melkar, joined by Jake DiLorenzo, Matthias Warner, Braden Kidd. It's prediction time. Everyone lost last week because we all took the Saints because we're all diehard Bernie fans. Everyone is 4-1. Go ahead,
I was
Jake.
gonna say the over-unders. I think
Okay.
I'm still winning.
You are winning, Jake, and it's not particularly close. Braden is 2-1 in the over-under. Matthias is 2-1 in the over-under. Jake, 4-0-1. Yet to take a loss.
No.
And myself, I'm 1-3-1. I'm the only one that took the under last week, and I'm a dumb, stupid idiot.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I remember this first half. You were like, "Yeah, my thing. I don't think it's gonna hit," and I'm like, "I don't know. Yours might hit." And
It was like 14-7 in the second quarter.
And then the
Jake,
second
and I'm
half
like, yeah,
happened.
my under's definitely not hitting. And Jake goes, oh no, it's gonna hit. I'm like, are we watching the same football game? By the way, ladies and gentlemen, Jake's calculator is out and it is ready to go. Jake, I'm gonna turn to you this week. Give me a line and I'll compare with mine.
I don't. I'm trying to think. We've scored 21 in each of our last ones, right? Mm-hmm. Besides the St. Francis Indiana game, we've scored. Oh no, in the Lawrence Tech game too. That brings it down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go 38.5.
Wow,
You think that's too low.
I had 46.5 just because of Roosevelt's offense.
Go ahead. I do that. I don't know. You're the line maker.
Go ahead, Matthias.
I was thinking, like, what am I going to say? What am I going to say? And then Jake, I'm thinking, Jake, where are you going to go? Are you going to go somewhere like insane, like 50? And then I was like, no, I'm going to think he's going like 37, 38 in the hook. That sounds pretty good to me. Where are you getting the 46 from?
Just from the offensive output of Roosevelt last week compared to our offensive output was about 50 points.
Yeah.
I was gonna say 42.5, so I was in the ballpark with you.
Should we go middle of 36? I think 42, 43.
41 and a half. 41 and a half.
We'll do 41 and a half.
I'm there
41
for
and a
it.
half. All right. 41 and a half is your line. And as always, we start with you, Mr. Kidd. Oh, God. He's gonna do it! He's gonna do it! Do it. 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 Do it.
Here's
do it.
4,
Here's
3.
Here's
2.
the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. We gave up a lot of yards against LTU, didn't we?
Yards, but not points.
Exactly. I think we're gonna give up a lot of yards to this football team.
Everybody panic.
I think
It's
that
happening.
I think that Tyler Tenor is most
Gonna get louder, so I'll try
You
to.
there, Nick?
Yeah. What's up?
You guys sound fine. Just do.
Cool.
Yeah, you could probably bring it down a little bit and be all right, but I can always mess with the master here in the studio.
Yeah, I'll just make sure we don't peak on our end.
Yeah, we got about 5 minutes on the dot left in the pre-recorded stuff, and then once we're done talking, I'll feed it back to you guys, and then you can follow along with us, and we'll throw it to you two pretty quickly out of the break.
Yeah, we can talk together if you want to. If you want to do
I was
thinking
something like that coming out of halftime, maybe. But
Sure, yeah.
I'll let you and Dave take the rest of the pregame.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's no problem. We got 11 minutes to go till kickoff, so I think
nice.
we're right on schedule.
Yeah, so the video feed is only about 30 seconds off. Then that works out.
Sounds good, man.
All right, perfect.
Thank you.
Yep.
Volleyball game. I am in the middle of statting a perfect volleyball game.
Yeah, Jake and I pitched a perfect game. Jake spotted me a perfect game. It was we missed no hits of the volleyball.
Yeah, and then
which is nearly impossible, by the way.
So we'll just say the grade was below 72 in that class. And then
But now it's above.
That's the thing. And I check my phone. I get a notification. I go, oh, professor from business stats. I'm at a 79, fellas.
This feels very Pat McAfee core.
C's get degrees, my friend. C's get degrees.
This feels very Pat McAfee.
I do not consider myself a bad student whatsoever. I am a good student. I am smart when I apply myself. The problem is that I apply myself to the wrong things like Madden
and the Sports Saturday pregame show.
And things like fantasy football and stuff like that, and not like actual things that matter. So
the good thing about having a low grade is it's really easy to raise it.
Exactly, that's true. Hey,
he cooked. All right, give me that prediction. Give me that prediction.
But going to my prediction, I think that this is a barn burner. Not in the sense that you think it's going to be. It's not going to be a high scoring, or not necessarily high scoring game. I'm still taking the over. 23-20. Bernie's winning a close one. Cardiac Bernies are
Cardiac Bernies. All right.
This game's going to send me into cardiac arrest.
I do not. How do I say this? I am not at my full confidence in the Fighting Saints defense. If they are as shorthanded as we think they are going to be, they are going to have to show me something this evening. Under the lights in Arlington Heights, they're going to have to show me something.
Yeah, Dr. Seuss over here.
God.
I'm a poet and I don't even know it.
Okay,
Let me cook. However, this Fighting Saints offense will score more than 21 points for the first time in 3 weeks.
Yes.
This Fighting Saints offense will run the football effectively with others than Sam Tumulty. And this Fighting Saints offense will give Sam Tumulty 2.5 seconds to throw consistently. Will that result in points? I can only hope. Bernie's win. 24-21. Brian Midday, game winner!
He's been on this for the longest time. I don't know. All right, you know what? Give your thoughts on what do you think? Brian Mayday winner. Just say yay or nay.
That's also an over for those of you that can't do math, Jake.
Don't worry, I pulled out my calculator.
Gotta go quick. We're out of time, bitch.
Yeah.
Yay! How about the birdies?
Matthias didn't give his thing.
Yeah.
I'm saying that.
I'm saying nay, by the way.
Okay, that's fine.
Nay.
You cooked.
Yeah, I'm going to go nay. I got Saints 24-14. Barn will not be burned in this one.
Come on! Cardiac Bernies. When we come back, Jake and I will get you ready. We'll send you out to Nick Jacobs, Dave Laquetta. The final thoughts will be with us two maniacs. We'll be here in studio watching the football game, laughing, crying along with all of you at home. It should be a good one. And thanks to all of you listening on the USF Athletics YouTube page. I highly encourage you to listen on WCSF.streamon.fm from wherever you are in this world and get the broadcast as soon as it goes out, not waiting for it to go out over the production truck airwaves. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. You're listening to the Sports Saturday Pregame Show. Here we go.
Stay tuned throughout the game for the Sports Saturday halftime and postgame shows hosted by Matthias Warner, right here on Saints Radio WCSF.
Welcome back inside the WCSF studios. Alex Melkars joined alongside by Jake DiLorenzo. It's time to send it out to Nick Jacobs and Dave Lacetta here in a few seconds. And I tell you what, I have been looking forward to this for a very long time, Jake. Last Saturday, we all had our hearts broken, obviously. Now it's an opportunity for the Saints to come back.
No, this is the comeback game of all comeback games. I mean, this is a game that you have to win in order to keep the season alive, and Saints got to know that, too, going into it.
And with all that in mind, we talked about earlier in the show, Michael Johnson being questionable. All indications are that he's good to go tonight. How big is that for the defense?
It's huge. I mean, a guy that's been there for that long, he's been a staple in this defense, and he's obviously producing. I mean, every single time the other quarterback drops back, it seems like he's there creating pressure. So huge for the Saints alongside the other studs on the D-line. So this is good for the Saints.
With all that being said, I think it's time to get it out to the two foremost experts in Fighting Saint football. Nick Jacobs, Dave Lacetta, take it away from Morris Field in Arlington Heights, Illinois.
Well, thank you very much, gentlemen. We are underneath the lights here for week number 6 of the Saints season. You hear these screams here at Morris Field, home of the Roosevelt Lakers, as they take the field in front of their home crowd today. Roosevelt checking in at 3-2 this season. They have a 1-0 conference record. Obviously, your Saints are 4-1, 0-1 in the conference after the aforementioned heartbreaker from Alex and Jake against St. Xavier. My name is Nick. Welcome to Saints football. Dave Lacetta is here with us, and we do have an update to the update for the injury update. Michael Johnson, we were hoping would be able to go. The latest news is, unfortunately, he won't be able to go, and that's a big deal against a team like Roosevelt because they got a tank who runs the ball for them by the name of Tyler Tenner. Now, generally, Dave, offensively, they're pretty split. They actually have more passing yards than rushing yards. However, Tyler Tenner leads the nation in carries. If you're going to stop Roosevelt, it starts with stopping number 5.
Yeah, he's got 121 of their 169 carries, 8 of their 10 rushing touchdowns, and 2 touchdowns receiving, 640 of their 752 yards. And, Nick, the last couple years, they've come in with similar situations with a running back, and the Saints have stuffed them. They've limited them to 3 points combined in the last 2 games, and it's led to a 19-3 victory a year ago and the shutout 29-zip the year before that.
We will take in the national anthem here at Morris Field. Just about 2.5 minutes from kickoff here for the Saints and the Lakers, 2 teams that have battled the last few seasons. Very close games, as Dave had mentioned. And this one's going to have some playoff implications, too. If the Saints have any kind of hope for the playoffs, it's not probably likely, if St. Xavier keeps doing what they're doing, going to be by way of a conference championship. It's going to be an at-large bid. And there's different rules to that this year. The NAI went through a little changes in how they determine who makes it into the postseason. How it was before was that I think you had a 16-team field. You took your conference champions, you filled it with at-larges, and how it went, and correct me if I'm wrong, Dave, but you pretty much went through the top 25, and everyone who's not already in via a conference championship made it in. You usually got 3 or 4 at-large bids.
Yeah, that is exactly correct, Nick. And what the NAI did, and they've been looking at a bunch of different things with all sports and rules, that have been in existence since the beginning of the NAI. They've started to look at different things. And as you know, from covering St. Francis football for so many years, football is by far the hardest thing to get into the postseason. You pretty much have to win your conference. And again, that roadblock has been St. Xavier for so many years. But now it's no longer the top 16, but the top 20 that get in. And they look at things a little bit differently in terms of they're looking at the rankings throughout the year, but then they're taking into account different things after everything is settled after week number 11.
Yeah, one of those things they take into consideration now is geography, because after you determine your top 25, all of the teams are split into different areas, and there's 4 areas that they split the country into. For all intents and purposes, all we have to worry about is area number 3. St. Francis falls into that, which includes the 2 MSFA leagues and the GPAC, the Great Plains Athletic Conference. So you have to be rated in the top 8 in your area to be even eligible. So that means you have to be in the top 8, along with teams like Morningside, Northwestern, Dordt, St. Xavier, Indiana Wesleyan, Marion, Concordia. St. Francis is going to be real close to that top 8 in our area. So really what it comes down to is St. Francis, if they win out, I believe, my opinion is they will be rated in the top 8 and will be eligible, but then there's still a committee who has to go in and discuss everything and make their picks via vote. So it's unfortunate you couldn't beat St. Xavier, but if you win out, if you're St. Francis, if you can beat Roosevelt, if you can go out and beat Olivet Nazarene, make some statement wins, you're really just trying to be in the top 8 in your area to make your name be a part of that conversation.
Yeah, and I agree wholeheartedly with you, Nick. Like you said, every week is a playoff week now for St. Francis, and they have to take care of business tonight. They have to take care of business twice against Judson and Olivet Nazarene and St. Ambrose.
And so the gut check week is here. It's how I would love to have talked to Coach Kerr. We don't really get the option or the opportunity before away games as much as we do home games, but the week of practice had to be huge going into this game, because how do you respond after a heartbreaker going into a tough game against Roosevelt? Their mental capacity, I think, is going to be just as important as their physicality today. How are they going to respond after the loss?
And I think it's the same as when we were here a couple years ago. It was a battle between 2 teams, and the St. Francis defense stood out and claimed the victory with the shutout.
Roosevelt will have the ball first. Brian Mayday puts his right foot into it. We are underway here at Robert Moore. How many times am I going to do that today? Here at Morris Field. Return will start for the Lakers from the 15, and a pretty good return up past the 40 to the 42 as we are underway. Kind of an interesting lighting situation. Is it just me, or the end zone's a little bit more lit and the kind of the 50 is a little bit darker?
Not sure, but
my eyes are going.
Yeah, I'm looking at the field here, the main field, and Brian Mayday on the tackle that time, and one Saint, I believe it was Jared King, came up a little bit hurting, but did come off the field. So I was a little bit worried that Jared might have got hit on the first play. Very strong special teams player for the Saints. Has made numerous tackles on special teams, especially the last couple weeks.
Saints on defense, 3-3 stat. Curtis Reeves, the nose guard, in for Michael Johnson today, and an inside run is taken down right at the line of scrimmage, maybe 1 yard there on the Roosevelt run. Looks like it was Diego Vela, the ball carrier for the first time. It's not very often that a ball carrier is not named Tyler Tenner when they do decide to run the ball. 2nd down and 9, just underway here in the only night game going on in the MSFA. Carson Butke, their quarterback, a junior out of Oregon, 56% through the air, 7 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Will take the snap, play action, quick pass out to the left side. It's complete, but tackled immediately on the outside. It's a gain of about 4. 3rd down and 5 coming up for Roosevelt.
Great coverage that time by Tavian Wells right there to make the tackle after the catch. Pick up about 3, maybe 4 yards. It'll be 3rd and 4 now for Roosevelt. And if you can get a 3 and out on the first series, that's a great sign of things to come, hopefully, for the Saints.
Butke set a program record with 5 touchdown passes last week in their win against St. Ambrose. 3rd and 5, opening possession for Roosevelt at their own 48-yard line. St. Francis showing pressure from the edges. They'll move a tight end into the backfield. They will blitz. Budke gets rid of it to the outside. It's complete to the St. 39. Yards after the catch up to the 34-yard line. The pitch and catch is a first down for Roosevelt. Keontae Nixon, the freshman out of Glen Bard East, with his 14th catch of the year.
Kamon Reese did a good job of picking up the back out of the backfield and actually sticking him right after he got past the line of scrimmage. But the quarterback was able to find his other receiver on this near side for about a 15, 17-yard pickup, and Roosevelt in St. Francis territory at the St. 34-yard line.
Shotgun again is Budke. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right, 1 left. Tenor moves to his right. First carry for Tyler Tenor. We'll get it past the 30-yard line up to the 29, 28-yard line and pick up a solid 6, maybe 7 there on first down. Tyler Tenor's a load. 122 carries now. Coming into this week, he was the nation's leader in total carries, having just 1 more than the player behind him. Of course, this being a night game, I'm sure some of those numbers have come up and passed him, but we'll see how many carries he gets today. 2nd and 4. Here at the Saint 29-yard line. Budke again in that shotgun. Has 10 around his right, hit 3 wide receivers out left, 1 to the right, ball just inside the right hash. Screen pass left side, it is complete. Up to the 25, near the 20-yard line before he's escorted out of bounds. Scott Tumulty there to help him out along with Tavion Wells. That's enough to move the chains again for the Lakers here. 2nd first down.
And we talked about it coming into tonight's game. Roosevelt, good balance between run and pass, and that's exactly what they're doing on this first series, Nick.
Yes, sir. First down is right at the 20-yard line, so red zone appearance for Roosevelt. 18 for 21 in the red zone are the Lakers, 86%. 16 out of the 18 scores have been touchdowns, so they've been very good when they get inside the 20. This time it's Tenor. Hit right at the line of scrimmage. Keemon Reese among the tacklers there. It was also T.J. Neal, the linebacker. No gain.
Good job of reading that by both Neal and Reese for the Saints. Reese with a season-high 13 tackles a week ago, 32 tackles on the season to lead the team.
A little different playing in a night game when you're used to playing, at noon or 1 o'clock.
It changes, a lot of things, especially when every game's been at 12 or 1 o'clock. This is the only one. You get a little bit nervous, a little bit edgy throughout the day.
Tenor moves to the left of Budke here in the shotgun. Play action to him. Another quick pitch to the outside. It's complete to the 15-yard line. Tackled immediately by Keemon Reese. And Wells again. That will be enough for 6 yards, though. 3rd down and manageable again for Roosevelt. 3rd and 6 inside the 15-yard line now.
And you got to adjust your sleep pattern. Not only that in terms of the game day, but practice every day is like from 3 to 5. And now you got to be ready for a 7 o'clock game that you're not used to.
Roosevelt not in a hurry on offense. They huddle up. They take their time. 10 minutes to go here. Opening lap. No score. But Roosevelt, first possession of the game, driving. Empty backfield now. Budke takes the snap. Look downfield. Nothing there. Rolls left. Fires across the middle, but it was dropped. Intended receiver was Alex Tran, the junior out of Bolingbrook, but he dropped to what would have been a first down. That brings up 4th down. That's a gift for the Saints. Let's see if they trust their field goal kicker or if they want to go for it here on 4th down and a long 4.
Field goal kickers 2 of 3 on the season and has made, I believe, 15 of 16 PATs. This would be about a 31-yarder.
Offense on the field, though. They're going to go for it early on here. First possession of the game for either team, and they got it here 4th down and a long 4. See if the Saints defense can hold once again in the red zone. 4 wide receivers. Budke to throw. Going for the pylon. Back shoulder turn. Did he grab it? He did. It's complete. First down and goal at the 1-yard line. What an adjustment by the wide receiver. Is that Ethan Cano, 19? Hard to tell far side of the field in the lights. I believe it was number 19, Ethan Cano, the 5'10 junior, adjusted with the ball in the air, came back to his back shoulder and made the grab. First and goal. They mark it at the 2.
Yeah, like you said, he almost had to pick that one up off the ground from where we're at.
Sorry, they put it at the 1 yard line. First down and goal, 3 feet to go for Roosevelt here on an impressive opening drive against one of the best defenses in the NAIA. Under center is Butke. He's got a power eye right, gives to Tenner, sidesteps one, sidesteps again, dives for the pylon. He is denied. Second and goal coming up at the 1 yard line.
Believe, was it Scotty Tumulty on that play?
Yep, Scott and Nick Mabudis, I believe, in pursuit, trying to string that out toward the right boundary. Tenner, I'll tell you what, does he run with purpose? Holy. Budke gets the signal, goes back to the huddle here. Second down and goal at the 1 yard line.
11th play of the drive, Nick. Started at their own 42. 57 yards so far.
Same formation, I formation behind Budke under center. 2 tight ends, 1 on each side. Turn the give to Tenner. Finds a hole into the end zone. 12-play opening drive touchdown for the Lakers. Moving it via the run and the pass. Impressive drive. PAT unit on.
11 plays, 58 yards. Took just under 7 minutes, 6:53.
Extra point looks good. Looked like he could have kicked that field goal. Why didn't they kick it, Dave? Up and through for Andrew Beccaro. Also their punter. Now, time for the offense to go to work. Sam Tumulty and company injured a few weeks ago. Sat out a game, but came back, looked real strong against St. Xavier, even in the loss. But threw it well, ran it well.
First points, I think Roosevelt wanted to make a statement. You know, the first points in the last 3 years now between the two teams. Again, last year, just the 3 points and shutout here a couple years ago. And this is a very strong Laker offense, and it has been the last couple years. Many of, the Saint fans who remember last year's game, it was just craziness with the 80-mile-an-hour winds, plate charts flying all over the field, boards flying up.
Whiteboards, almost decapitated somebody if I remember right. This is the 11th all-time matchup between Roosevelt / Robert Morris, if you date back to pre-2019. St. Francis was 4-3 BC before combining. They're 2-1 80. That's after dissolving. USF won 19-3 last year in Joliet, 14-0 in 2021 up here at Arlington Heights. Close, low-scoring games last couple of years. Beccaro kicks it off, keeping it well away from Scott Tumulty.
Got to get it.
It looked like it touched one of the Saints. They dove on it and went out of bounds near the 30-yard line. That's where Sam Tumulty and company will come on. Sam Tumulty, 64% through the air, 784 yards, 65 carries for 355. Tied for first place in program history with 38 career touchdowns. Next touchdown will put him past Brandon Ruffin for that lead. Already holds the career rushing touchdowns mark with 38.
Needs 6 points to tie the record for career points as well. So one touchdown, you're going to be atop the leaderboard in 2 different categories.
And a flag on the play. The Roosevelt says, I thought it was a false start.
Yeah,
Sorgia.
right side.
Yeah.
Yep, Sorgia.
Not the way you want to start your drive with a penalty. And Sorgia's got his palms up. I was like, what? I'm like, you can't stand up like that. Yep, they call Sorgia on the false start. So already the Saints going back 5 yards without snapping the ball here. 8:07 to go, third quarter. Opening possession for the Lakers went 11 plays for a touchdown. And now the Saints trying to respond here. Sam Tumulty will be in the gun. Three wide receivers, two right, one left. Ball left hash here to get things underway. Ball at the 23. Blitz being shown from the edges. Will they bring him? There's the snap. They bring one of them into the face of Sam. He throws downfield. Dezion Jordan has the big grab at the 45, up to the 50, down to the 47 of Roosevelt.
That's your man, right?
Dezion Jordan, I love it, man. He's the downfield threat.
30-yard pass play from Sam Tumulty to Dezion Jordan.
Just simple post route. Out and in.
For Jordan, that's his 9th reception of the year, averaging 26.5 yards per catch with a long of 54. That one goes for 30.
Right on par. Same formation here for the Saints. Now ball right hash. Haley to the right of Tumulty. Tight end is right. Roosevelt will rush 4. Sam's going to keep it himself. Dodges 1, gets to the second level, push forward to the 44. He'll pick up 4 yards. Second down and 6 coming up inside Roosevelt territory. Two teams like to run the ball, very efficient with the pass as well. Probably a quick game here. Hartsfield will trot off. Joey Tumulty on. Dezion Jordan is left.
Saints wearing their all-white tonight.
Easier to see, so I thank them for that. Roosevelt, they're all forest greens. Tumulty, it's quarterback keeper again. He was grabbed from behind and almost decapitated trying to get through the hole. Devin Jarvis, the junior linebacker, flying in to make the stop. No gain, 3rd and 6.
Yeah, that's one thing. It looks like the Saints are going to have to make the adjustment today. There's a lot of blitzing going on that Laker defense through the first 4 plays here.
.6:13 to go, first quarter. Saints first possession of the game. It's at the 45 of Roosevelt. Haley will go from the left side to the right side of Tumulty. Joey will motion left slot to right. Sam wants to throw. Here comes the blitz. He gets out of it somehow. Goes left, tripped down at the 41-yard line. That is a heck of a tackle made on the outside. It's going to bring up 4th down and 3. Are the Saints going to go for it here at the Roosevelt 41-yard line?
I'll tell you what, the reason Sam Tumulty got away from that is he's 5'10". Those other guys are about 6'2", 6'3", and he just snuck underneath them, to be honest with you. Pick up of 4 yards. It'll be 4th and 3 for the Saints.
They brought the house on that play, and Sam Tumulty did his best Houdini there. 4th down and 3. The Saints going to go for it on 4th. Roosevelt had a 4th down conversion in their last drive. Sam hands up, takes the snap. One-man blitz, rolls right. Sam throwing, flips it downfield, caught by Joey at the 30, bouncing outside, upfield at the 20. 15 cuts it inside, out of bounds near the 10-yard line. They needed 3. They got 30. 1st and goal, Saints.
And I'll tell you what made that play was Keenan Haley picking up the blitzer from the outside on the far side. And it gave Sam time to find Joey. And, of course, then Joey, the yak, as they say, the yards after catch, big for him. And probably had another 15 to 20 yards after the catch.
Joey Tumulty, the freshman, leads the team in receiving in both receptions and yards, now coming close to 400 yards receiving on the year.
Might have a little bit of a shootout here today.
I know,
tonight, Nick.
Right? And how the last couple of games have gone, that would be somewhat of a surprise.
There's not a track here like there is at Gillette Memorial Stadium, but after everything's said and done, we might need one.
Here we go. 1st and goal for the Saints now at the 8-yard line. Tumulty in the gun. 2 wide outs right. Tight end left. Haley on the left side of Tumulty. Play action to Keenan. He'll roll right and throw, and it just overshot. Is it Joey? No, Friddle. They had the tight end, Friddle, and Dave. He was wide open.
Yes, he was.
Holy smokes. That was 6 points that they're going to leave on the field there and go back here for 2nd and goal.
And to be honest with you, that's one of the adjustments Sam has made this year. A lot of times his first 2 years he overshot his man. He's been so much better this year, completing about 60% of his passes, efficiency rating in the top 16 in the NAIA.
No doubt, 64% through the air. Dan Getch will motion to the left side. Play action, looking for Dan, not there.
Oh, that's holding.
Dezion Jordan.
There it is.
Yeah, they went for Dezion Jordan, but the defensive back just gave him a big old hug, and the flag does come out in the end zone. It's going to be, they move that to the 1.
Yeah, that was Joey Mayop for Roosevelt, one of their top interception men.
There you go. They move it to the 2. So first and goal again from the 2-yard line after the end zone PI. Mayop has 4 interceptions, which is second best in the NAIA. He's going to be a load to deal with. Here we go. First and goal for the Saints here at the 2-yard line. Sam takes the snap, gives it to Keenan. In between the guard and tackle. Did he get in? Not quite. It's going to be second and goal from the 1-inch line. Just missed it.
Yeah. Good blocking up front. I thought there was a little bit more of a hole in Roosevelt with their speed on their defense. Really covered it up quickly.
That's another thing that kind of came out as pretty obvious after this on this first drive for the Saints. The speed of that Roosevelt defense is pretty outstanding. 4:06 to go. Here's the second down and goal play. Play action to Keenan. Sam's going to try to duck underneath the tackles. Not going to get there this time. Third down and goal for the Saints.
I'll tell you what, if you give the ball to Keenan on that play, he's in the end zone for the touchdown. I come back, same play with Keenan this time.
I think they go outside. That's my guess. I'm not sure you can outrun those linebackers, though. Here we go, third down and goal. Sam in the gun, takes the snap. He's going to roll the throw. Throws it back left. Is a little bit underthrown and incomplete. Again, he had his receiver open in the end zone. Looked like it was Dan Getch, but just a bit inaccurate. Brings up fourth down and goal.
The Saints converted earlier on fourth down, and will have to do it again here. And you want to come away with points definitely here.
3:23 remaining. To the line they go here on fourth down. They're going to go for it, trying for 6, not settling for 3. They're down at touchdown. Snap from Sam, the give to Keenan, looking for any kind of hole. Did he get in? No signal, no indication. Still no indication. Roosevelt says they stop him, and they do. Denied on the doorstep. Turnover on downs for the Saints. The Roosevelt Lakers will take over right near their own goal line.
Saints had first and goal at the 2-yard line. Pick up 1 on the first play, 0 on the second, and incompletion on the third, and 0 on the fourth.
That is the first time we've seen them not get their desired yardage on short yard situations like that, even against St. Xavier.
Well, the Saints try to get a 3 and out here. Took up about 5 minutes on the clock.
One wide receiver, a couple tight ends. They're going to try to run their way out of this one. They're going to quarterback sneak and pick up a yard or two just to give them a little breathing room here. So second down and 8 coming up after the quarterback sneak.
Well, this is where again, you want to get a 3 and out, get good field position, and get back at it.
Second down.
Very quick first quarter. Lakers lead 7-0 on their first opening drive. 11 plays, 58 yards. Took nearly 7 minutes. This is just their second possession, and there's under 3 minutes left to play in the first quarter.
Couple tight ends under center. Budke again. Tenner, I believe, the tailback. Tight end motions right. They run behind him. And a big push. And a nice gain up to the 6-yard line. They'll pick up about 3. So third down and 3 coming up for Roosevelt inside their own 10-yard line.
Number 5, Tyler Tenner, the ball carrier. Stopped by number 9, Nick Matthews.
Yeah, we talked about it in the pregame. No Michael Johnson today, and against a running team like Roosevelt, that's a guy you really want to have in there. So Curtis Reeves and Pat Strosha and Cam Holman just going to have to pick up the pace, or pick up the absence of Michael Johnson.
Under 2 minutes to go, first quarter. Lakers 7, Saints nothing. Lakers with the ball. Butke, play action, wants to throw it. Will go deep down the middle. Incomplete, overshot. And the flag comes out way late.
That was, to be honest with you, that was good coverage.
It looked pretty
good.
good.
There was a little bit of banging, but not that much.
Much to the delight of the home crowd here at Morris Field. It'll be the...
Defense number 3. 15-yard penalty.
I call that one. Well, couldn't it be number 3?
No, it was Tavian.
31.
Yeah. Tavian Wells.
15-yard penalty on the PI will give Roosevelt their first down of the drive. 1:40 to go, only the third possession of the quarter.
Gives them room to work now.
It sure does. Is it just me, or do I kind of prefer them to throw? The secondary for St. Francis is one of the best in the country, going on passing yardage allowed so far this year. They didn't get the pick last week, but they were riding a 14-game interception streak. And just Tyler Tenner is so good. Here's Butke again, the screen to the left. The Saints converge. The dive to the 30. They give them the lunge. So that's a pickup of 8 on that play. They are content with the short passing game.
Yes, they are. Nick Mabudis on that tackle.
Second down and 8 coming up for the Lakers. They're at their own 30-yard line here.
Yeah, and the difficult thing is the quarterback is throwing it so quickly. It's hard to even time the ball and where it's going. 1 minute to play in the first quarter.
Butke in the gun. We'll hand off to Tenner. Mabudis fills the gap, but not before. He picks up 4 for the first down. Tyler Tenner, such a load, and he played behind a running back that a lot of the folks in Joliet know, Kevon Johnson from JCA. I feel like he played for Roosevelt for 8 years.
Yeah, and Kevon was awesome here a couple of years ago, and remember he was nursing an injury and wasn't at full capacity, and that helped the Saints 2 years ago here.
It's Tyler Tenner's team now, putting the team on his back as the running back as we go to our final 20 seconds of the quarter. First down for Roosevelt after the Tyler Tenner carry. Tenner will be on the left hip of Butke. Receivers in tight. They will run it with Tenner to the outside. Cuts it back past the 40. Still on his feet before he's finally brought down at the 41. Another 9-yard carry for Tyler Tenner.
Yeah, you got to get him on the first tackle, because if you don't, he could go. You saw him probably had about 4 yards initially. Got beyond the tackle of Keemon Reese and picked up another 5 yards, and that's going to close out our first quarter, Nick.
We'll be back here to Morris Field in Arlington Heights just after this. 7-0 Lakers, end of one quarter on WCSF and the USF Sports Network.
Come to the WCSF Rummage Sale Saturday, October 28th at 1550 Plainfield Road in Joliet. Thousands of items: LPs, 45, CDs, DVDs, VHS, cassettes, sheet music, stereo equipment, instruments, and more. Free admission at 8 a.m. An early bird donation at 7:30 a.m.
I'm going to run one more, Nick.
8 a.m. at 1550 Plainfield Road on the St. Clair campus. The one and only WCSF Rummage Sale. Be there.
Hi, this is Lucas, and you're listening to Metal Mayhem on WCSF 88.7. Your favorite metal tracks on Saturday from 5 to 8.
Roosevelt leads 7-0 through one quarter. Let's get it back out, Nick and Dave, for the second quarter. See if the Fighting Saints can turn this thing around.
Thank you very much, Alex. 15 minutes back on the clock.
You know, the Saints came into this game outscoring their opponents 42-3, Nick. And after one quarter here, it's the Lakers 7, St. Francis nothing.
I think the night game is affecting them. That's my opinion. I think they're going to turn it up once they start to acclimate just a little more. Second down and 1. Tyler Tenner stutter steps up to midfield for a first down. Another gain of 8 yards from number 5 in green.
Yeah, we talked about Kevon Johnson a couple years ago, and the Saints were able to stand him up right at the line of scrimmage. Tyler Tenner getting into that second line of defense, Nick, and that's what you don't want to have happen, with this type of running game. Ball just outside the 50-yard line at the 49 of Roosevelt. 1st and 10.
Tyler Tenner to the tailback here in the power I. They give it to number 5. He's met in the backfield, bounces outside, and again is able to pick up 5 yards right in front of the St. Francis bench. They had him in the backfield, Dave, but still another 4 or 5 yards.
That's exactly what he's doing well, and that's something we haven't seen out of the St. Francis running attack this year. When you get the ball, you're going straight up the middle, and you can't bounce out. And this is what Tyler Tenner's having great success on, probably averaging 6, 7, maybe 8 yards a carry.
Roosevelt only had 82 rushing yards against St. Francis last year in the Win Bowl. Already got to be getting close to that after 1 quarter here. 2nd down and 5. Play action to Tenner. Holman chasing down Bucky. He gets rid of it, complete to the outside, up to the 36-yard line, and another first down for Roosevelt, this one through the air.
And again, that's what we're talking about. Second drive for Roosevelt, mixing it up. A little bit of pass, a little bit of run, short passing game, not allowing your defense to get in front of the receiver. And Roosevelt down to the St. Francis 37-yard line on its second drive.
7-0 Lakers, 13 minutes to go, first half. Wing right here. Tight end will motion back over to the left here with 3 wide receivers. Tenner to the left of Butke. It's all Tyler Tenner right now. Cuts it inside. Not much there that time. Only picks up 2 up to the 35.
That time he stayed inside, and the Saints did a great job. Didn't allow him to bounce out. And that front line of Holman and Strosha.
Again, they just take their time here on offense. No rush. They're not going no huddle. There's no big signs or cards that they hold up. The quarterback runs to the coach. Coach gives them the play. Quarterback runs back to the huddle, tells the team. They break the huddle. They're ready to go. 2nd down and 8 for Roosevelt at the St. Francis 35. Butke in the gun. Wide receiver Calhoun motions right. They give to Tyler on the counter. Gets to the 30. Outside he goes before he's wrapped up to the 25. Another first down for Roosevelt, moving chains at ease so far here in the first quarter and a half.
A lot of big yardage plays, Nick. Gains of 5, 8, 4, 9, 8, 4, 10, and 11. The only one that was less than that, the 2-yard gain right up the middle.
His defense has to start getting tired here at this point. They've been on the field for what seems like an entire quarter when you add it together.
And the Saints mixing it up between Robbie Thalasimi and Curtis Reeves on the interior line to replace Michael Johnson.
It's Reeves right now at that nose guard spot. Play action to Tenner. They're going to look for the score. Down the right side, incomplete, overshot Calhoun. And incomplete, 2nd down and 10 coming up at the St. 25.
Keemon Reese forcing the quick pass that time by the quarterback. We've seen him with a few sacks this year. The big plays at Lawrence Tech, the sack and then the sack on the 2-point conversion, enabling the Saints to hang on for the 14-12 victory.
Roosevelt coming off a 30-17 win over St. Ambrose, who's 0-6. Roosevelt was actually trailing at halftime, 14-10 in that game before coming back. Having a much better first half tonight. Here's Bunke. Middle pass is incomplete, looking to go across the middle. Intended receiver was Cano.
Just the 3rd incompletion for the quarterback so far.
11:05 to go. Clock stopped after the incomplete pass. St. Francis will bring on a few new defensemen, including Pat Stroja on that defensive line, who's been pretty disruptive.
I think if the Lakers don't get it here, they'll go for it on fourth down.
Why not here? It's 3rd and 10. Here at the St. 25. Tenner to the right of Butke, but Butke wants to throw it. He's going to throw it to Tenner out of the backfield, but he dropped it. Tenner had it. Probably would have been near the 20-yard line, but it's incomplete now. We'll test out your theory here, Dave. 4th down and 10. With the way they've been moving the ball, 4th and 10 doesn't seem that intimidating. They are 5 for 11 on 4th down.
Surprising that they threw 3 passes in a row. That's the first time we've seen that tonight, and probably was created by the incompletion on the first down play.
And those defensive backs are they're 10 yards or more off of those receivers. Butke throws right. It is complete, and they break the tackle. Touchdown, Lakers on 4th and 10. Missed tackle by Mabutis and Cooper. Another touchdown for RU with 11 minutes to go. It's 13-0. Extra point on the way.
I'll tell you what, this Laker offense is fired up, man.
They look good. That one was just a tackle. A blown tackle by the Saints.
Still think he would have had the first down.
I do,
Am I
yeah.
correct?
I do think you're right. Extra point is good. 14 zip. 11 minutes to go here in the first half. Well, if there's any cobwebs or rust or sleepy eyes for the Saints, they better figure it out quick because they're getting down quite a bit quite early.
Yeah, and one advantage that you have in college football that you really don't have in the pros, Nick, is the 20-minute halftime, and that's something the Saints may need to work on some adjustments defensively, maybe things they haven't seen in film that Roosevelt is doing tonight.
Well, night games haven't been too kind to the Saints historically either. 29 and 58 under the lights. Doesn't happen often, but when it does, the Saints have not fared as well as they had liked. All right, so spot them 14. The offense is going to have to stay on the field for a drive here because that defense has been on the field for quite a long time. Those two sustained drive. The first one was 11 plays. What was the second one?
14. And remember, this one started at the 1-yard line, 99 yards.
Wow. Roosevelt is looking good.
Took 7 minutes and 18 seconds.
Again, trying to keep it away from Scott Tumulty. Dan Getch gets it, flips it back to Scott. He's like, you take it. Scott looking for rooms, going to the right, nothing there. Ran pretty much the width of the field down around the 20-yard line. And Sam Tumulty and company going to have to figure it out here offensively and move this ball. They did nice. They found some soft openings downfield. Dezion Jordan hit for 30 yards. They did get it down to the 1-yard line, but couldn't punch it in on 4 tries after a pass interference in the end zone. So pretty much everything going wrong for the Saints, I guess, is what we're trying to say.
Yeah, just have to come back, and I'll tell you what, it's going to be important for the Saints to put together a nice little drive and give that defense an opportunity to have a little bit of a breather.
Momentum, all Lakers right now. Sam Tumulty will be in the gun. Keenan Haley to his left. 3 wide outs, 2 left, 1 right. Ball right hash. Lakers going to bring some extra pressure off the edges. Sam, jump pass right down the middle. How was that not intercepted?
Twice.
Twice, yeah. He threw the ball right to the linebacker, Jalen Olokin. And he tipped it in the air. He should have caught it. I mean, he was thrown right to him. He should have picked it off, but he tipped it in the air, and it was a dangerous play after that.
Right.
Could have been picked off. So,
and that time it was just a 3-man rush for Roosevelt. Nobody on the edge. You might see it a little bit more here, 2nd and 10 situation.
Sam in the shotgun again. Not much pressure. Sam's going to try to keep it. Inside run, 0 room. He goes backward a yard. 3rd and 11. Who are these guys in the white jerseys?
Quarterback Sam
Holy
Fox
smokes.
with the rush. Stopped by number 52, Ozell Richardson. Third down.
Ozell Richardson there for the stop, the senior out of Urban Bronzeville Prep. 10 minutes to go in the first half, and so far the Saints haven't shown up. 4 wide receivers. Blitz shown by the linebackers. Now they back it off. There's the snap. 3-man rush. Sam across the middle. That one is intercepted. Joey Tumulty, the intended receiver, but he slipped on the break. He fell down, and it was picked off.
Yeah, it would have been a perfect pass to Joey, but like you said, he slipped on the turf here. A little bit of a damp, cool evening, and Roosevelt will take over at the St. Francis 31-yard line.
Number 17 team of the nation in a little bit of trouble here in the first half against their rivals, the Lakers of Roosevelt. If you thought there was some question about who had the momentum before that drive, nothing but excitement right now in front of us here on the home sideline. And this offense, they don't need any help today. They just had a 99-yard drive for a touchdown. Now they only have to go 31 yards. 9:47 to go. And the defense back on the field. Budke in the pistol this time. Tenor the carry.
There you go.
Bottom them up right. Goes back left.
There you go.
They haven't gotten them down yet. There you go. Back to the 35. It takes such effort to bring him down.
It was Cam Holman initially, then TJ Neal, and then finally Keemon Reese finished him off for the 3-yard loss.
Just can't tackle the kid.
First negative yardage play for Roosevelt this evening, Nick.
Goes back 3 yards. So 2nd down and 13. Tried to run to the right. Door would slam shut, tried to go left, and then took about 30 seconds to figure out how to tackle the guy. 2nd down, back to the 35.
This is where you like to see the defense, if Roosevelt goes to the pass, make a big play with an interception.
They're going to throw here on 2nd and long. They're going to go deep right, and that one is intercepted by the Saints. Tavion Wells there on the underthrown ball to give it back to the Saints offense. Just what the Saints needed there.
Exactly.
Just to get off the
double
field.
Exclamation point on that one, Nick. All right, let's see if the offense can get things going.
First pick for Tavion Wells this season.
And 14 games, interceptions in the last 15. That's pretty solid numbers defensively.
I would say so. Bet you they would trade that for one of those touchdowns off the board. All right, boys. New life here. St. Francis will have it at their own 22. 8:49 to go in the half. Saints trail 14-zip. Sam Tumulty in the shotgun has Haley on his right hip. Lakers will rush 4. Tumulty to throw down the middle. That's the play. Gets it to Tumulty.
Get block.
He goes to the outside and wrapped up down very awkwardly at the sideline. It's going to be a first down, a pickup of 14 yards. And here comes the flag after the play. Some extracurricular activities or a sideline warning?
I didn't see it.
Yeah, it was kind of blocked by the players on the sideline here, so maybe
there was a
Joey
late
said
hit.
something.
There was a late hit by one of the defensive backs for Roosevelt in the back, but this play came after that.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 80.
Yep, Joey said something. So even on the positive plays for St. Francis today, it's going backward. He maybe pushed or said a magic word. We really couldn't tell.
Should be 1st and 10 though. They've got to move the chains. That's the third penalty on the Saints this evening. And 2 for 15 yards and 1 for 5. So 3 penalties for 35 yards.
Saints doing all they can to not move the football here. Sam in the gun again. 2 wideouts right, 1 left. They're going to try to keep it on the ground for Gavin Day. His first carry, nice hole made. Grabbed by the jersey and taken down at the 30-yard line. Nice pickup of 7 by the freshman running back. 39th carry of the season for Gavin, but a nice respite for Sam Tumulty when they decide to run, and Keenan or Sam not getting the carry. It's been Gavin Day, a nice third option in the running game.
Yeah, he's had a nice year here for the Saints, spelling Keenan Haley at times.
Under 8 minutes to go in the half. Saints still looking for some semblance of offense here. Gavin Day again trying to find a hole off the right side of the line. That one's not going anywhere on 2nd down and 3. It's going to bring up 3rd down. Well, we'll say 3rd down and 2.
Number 43, Gavin Day, the ball carrier, stopped by number 11, Charlie Brooks.
I can listen to this PA announcer all day long, though.
Yeah, he's very good.
Very good. His voice belongs at U of I. It's one of those traditional college football announcers. 7:18 to go. Quick moving half here. 3rd down and 2. The Saints need something here on offense.
Yeah, let's have them announce a big gain for the Saints here.
4 wide receivers on the set. There's a snap to Sam. Well protected to the outside. Caught by Joey. 1st down. Planson goes back inside. Back to the outside. Joey Tumulty off to the races. He's got blockers in front and touchdown.
No penalties. Big play.
That'll be 71 yards if it stands for Joey Tumulty to cut the lead in half. 14-6 with the extra point on the way.
That's huge for the Saints.
Oh.
Second longest pass play of the season between Sam and Joey. Last week, the 73-yarder, and really almost an identical play, Nick.
Same play, yep, and same play to the boundary. Same play for Joey Tumulty to not go out of bounds, to make a move, whether that's a juke or a spin. Joey Tumulty high snap. Nice job by Cooper to go up, get it, bring it down.
I'll say.
Mayday puts it through. 14-7. Quick strike from the St. Francis offense cuts the lead. It's 14-7.
4 plays, 80 yards.
Whew.
Took about just under 2 minutes.
The defense is probably like, hey, great job. Next time, maybe try to make that a little bit longer of a drive. No, I'm sure they'll take the 7 points any day.
Now you hopefully get a stop here and get one more possession before the end of the half and try to get this thing tied up before you go to the break.
Roosevelt 3-2. They opened up their season with a loss to the Division III champions, the Cardinals of North Central out of Naperville, 41-7. Had 2 in a row, Siena Heights and Madonna. Fell to Indiana Wesleyan 2 weeks ago, 35-14. And beat St. Ambrose last week, 30-7. Brian Mayday wearing the pink sleeves under his white jersey. Welcome back, Dave.
Just checking if we had any stats.
No go?
No go.
Squib kick will bounce at the 20-yard line. Picked up by one of the upbacks. He's going to go up the middle, take a big hit by Friddle. Still pushing forward, though, and we're going to have a little fight here between... And they got flags got to come out here at this point, right? No? Okay.
Just good blocking.
Yeah.
At least that's what the umpire is saying. Both teams a little bit fired up right now.
I would say so. It's got a little potential to get out of hand if they don't keep a camp on it here early. 6:42 to go. The return was up to the 33-yard line. That's where Budke and company will take over with 6:42 to go. Tenner will be the tailback here in the I formation. Budke will be under center. The Saints defense still trying to get organized here. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers right. Budke under center, I formation, and they're going to call a timeout. I don't think they like that one. Timeout called by Roosevelt. We'll have Alex and Jake back at the WCSF studios for halftime. You can listen into that on WCSF 88.7 FM in Joliet. WCSF on their website. You can stream that as well. And, of course, on our YouTube channel as well. Big thanks to the folks. I'll tell you what, Alex and Jake and those guys at WCSF, they've stepped their game up this season, man, and it's a much better product with that there. So good job, gentlemen. I look forward to your halftime show. As far as the schedule goes for St. Francis, after Roosevelt, they will be back at home at the stadium next week to take on Judson, who lost big to St. Xavier this afternoon.
You were there live, weren't you?
I was, yes.
An Xavier alum for homecoming?
Yeah, we got the WXAV shirt underneath my St. Francis gear. Don't worry.
As long as it's underneath.
Actually, I was wearing...
And as long as you don't say WXAV during the broadcast.
Oh, yeah, my bad. Sorry about that, guys. I had my Saints stuff on, and I had quite a few people say something to me over there at Bruce R. Deaton Memorial Field. Here we go, I formation for Roosevelt. Again, they're going to stand up and check the sidelines. Hand signals being shown by the coaching staff. Here we go. Tenor the tailback. Same formation as before. They'll give to Tyler. Finds the hole. Bounces outside, runs into Scott Tumulty at the 40-yard line. Another pickup of 7 yards for Tyler. I thought that was going to go for more, to be honest.
Well, again, the Saints are packing it in defensively. They've got almost 8 guys up front. They had three guys on the 3 wide receivers to the near sideline, but they're trying to stop that running game of Roosevelt. And again, Tenor was able to get into that second line of defense where Scott Tumulty was to make the stop, but not after the 8-yard pickup.
Same formation here. Ball left hash. 2 receivers right, 2 tight ends. Tyler Tenor, the tailback, in the eye. Bunky under center. Takes the snap. Turns and gives to Tenor. Looking outside. Will pick up a first down. He needed 3 and got 4. First down up to the 44-yard line of Roosevelt. 5:45 to go in the half.
Again, 8 guys there defensively for the Saints within 4 yards of the line of scrimmage. And again, you got to maintain your coverage. If you're an outside man, you gotta infiltrate it in, move the ball inside so Tenor isn't able to get outside.
First down for the Lakers. Butke back in that shotgun with a fullback to his right. Tenor will move from his right to his left now. Play action to Tenor. They want to throw it. Everyone's covered. Here comes pressure. Thrown and incomplete. Nice job by Butke. He was under some fire there at the end. Looked like TJ Neal applying the pressure.
Yep. Good coverage by the Saints.
Looks
like they had 2 receivers on this near side that they were going for. One of them was Keontae Nixon, one of the guys who has the touchdown. The other one, Jarrell Calhoun. They've got about 6 different receivers with 10 or more receptions, so there's no one guy like there is really at St. Francis. Desian Jordan, the number 2, but Joey with 22 receptions coming in, Desian with 8.
Screen pass and hit immediately on the carry. Oh, my goodness, did Jalen Cooper put down a tackle. Nice job to catch the ball by Cano, but he would have been better off dropping it. It's going to go for a loss of 5 on the completion. Jalen Cooper with the hit of the year.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Jalen was about a half a step shy of picking it off and going into the end zone. Perfect defense of that play. And Jalen Cooper must have seen it a million times on film throughout the week because he had it played perfectly.
A second earlier, he would have been a pass interference and maybe a larger penalty than that. 3rd down and long. Inside screen. They give it to Tenor on the pass, but it's tackled. We might have a penalty on Roosevelt here, either holding or illegal man downfield, but either way, it's going to go the Saints' way by either a penalty or a stop.
Yeah, and I think the Saints are probably just going to decline the penalty. It'll be 4th and 13.
Sort out the penalty here.
Unless you want to push them back farther, but again, with the weapons that they have. Yeah, they're going to decline it.
So the penalty was... Yeah, so penalty was a hold. They'll decline it. They'll go with the result of the play, which was A screen pass complete and ran to the 41. That's still well short. It's going to be 4th down and 13. Punt unit on for the first time for either team.
Yeah, this is only the 5th possession, and there's between the two teams combined, and there's just over 4 minutes left in the first half.
Let's see if they give Scott a chance. If they're smart, they probably angle this left, the big side of the field. And the punt is away. No, they kick it right at Scott. Scott's going to have a return from the 15. Hit one time, but he got tripped up. And down, I hope he's not hurt. He is a little banged up. Gets up a little gingerly, does Scott Tumulty. Nice tackle on the special teams play. Ethan Cano, the starting wide receiver, with the special teams tackle. Under 4 minutes to go. 14-7. Nice stop by the Saints defense that time. The best they've looked all night. And here comes the offense once again on the heels of a 70-yard touchdown reception for Joey Tumulty.
They'll have their poorest field position on this third drive. They'll start at their own 12-yard line. Last one started at their 20, and their first one was 28, 31, and 20.
Joey Tumulty, the jet sweep. Doesn't give it to him. Sam's going to throw. Plenty of time. Nothing to open downfield, and he just tripped. He just fell down in the backfield. That's going to go for a loss of 10.
Yeah, he was getting pressure late. He did have plenty of time, but there was great coverage that time by the Laker secondary. And then Benny Harris, the linebacker, was coming in from the right side. Sam trying to evade him and then just tripped on the turf here. And that puts it back at the 4-yard line.
The second time we've seen someone just fall.
Loss of 8.
Sam's in the shotgun and standing in his own end zone now. Inside run up past the 5 to the 6-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd down and a timeout called by the Lakers, trying to preserve the clock for one more possession here with 3:19 to go. Saints trailed by a touchdown, 14-7. In a bit of a trouble on this drive, though. 3rd down and 19 coming up. With that touchdown to Joey Tumulty, that's 25 straight games with a Tumulty touchdown. Had a similar touchdown last week against St. Xavier.
Yeah, and what is that? Is that how many is that for Joey now? Is that 5th?
That is his 5th.
5 of the 7 touchdowns receiving. The other 2 from Keenan Haley and Scott Tumulty. Scott that was week 1, right?
The first one.
Yeah. Still one of the greatest stories about this season.
Isn't that amazing?
The first 3 touchdowns of the season. You know,
the 3 brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah. St. Francis ranked number 17, down from number 13 last week. A modest fall after a loss to an overtime loss to a really good St. Xavier team. They probably weren't bumped up as much as I thought they would be.
Yeah, a lot of teams won last week that were in the top 15 or 16.
All right, here we go. 3rd down and 19 for the Saints after a sack. 4 wide receivers. Haley to the right hip of Tumulty. They need another big play. See if they can get it. And another penalty on the Saints.
Wow.
Oh. They got Keenan Haley on the false start, the running back. Outside of the one big play to Joey, it's been not the most aesthetic offense for St. Francis today. Same formation, 4 wide receivers. Haley to the right hip of Tumulty. There's the snap. Play action. Sam's going to throw to the right. Overshot Joey, incomplete. And now Brian Mayday is going to have a job on his hands to try to get this one as far away from the end zone as possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, this goes back to what I'm trying to think what week it was. Was it where he fumbled the ball in the end zone? And that led to the only score for what week was that? That was the Taylor game. Yeah, Taylor game.
Mayday with his heels on the end line. Low snap. It skips into his hands. He does well just to get rid of it. Nice punt from Brian. It's going to go all the way to the 38-yard line.
All right, you need one stop here.
3:05 to go in the first half. Nice job. I thought that was going to go out of the back of the end zone. Brian did a nice job of scooping it up like a shortstop and is able to punt it away.
And really surprisingly, I haven't watched any film on Roosevelt, but this is the
didn't get to it this year.
sixth game this season, and they have not returned a punt yet.
Wow. Is that right?
Yeah.
I didn't catch that one. Nice. Good stat. Love a good nugget.
We got to get one more defensive nugget right now
Yes,
here in
we
the
do.
final 3:05 and keep this no more than a 14-7 deficit.
Tenner to the right of Budke. We'll give it to number 5, Tyler Tenner. Tough runner up to the 32. That's 6 yards on the carry from Tyler Tenner again.
Tyler Tenner, the ball carrier, stopped by number 28, T.J. Neal.
Tyler Tenner, over 130 carries this season, has fumbled it 3 times this year, lost 2 of them.
Second time in 5 drives that Roosevelt starting in St. Francis territory. The last one wound up being the interception by Tavian Wells.
Bucky wants to throw again. Nothing open downfield. Here comes pressured. He throws it away, incomplete. Another great coverage play by that St. Francis secondary. Nobody open downfield. As much as they try, there's been nobody open.
Saints really doing a good job when Roosevelt throws the ball. Now, we saw the 3 interceptions before the 3 incompletions, I should say, before the touchdown, then the interception, and then the quick 3 and out.
St. Francis is number 8 in the country in yards allowed per game, about 249, and much of that is because of that stout passing defense, only allowing 123 yards through the air.
Which also ranks in the top 10.
Number 4 to be exact. Budke's going to try it again, though.
Delay of game.
Pass was complete out to Tenner, but I think it's because the defense slowed down because of the whistle.
Prior to the snap, delay of game, offense, 5-yard penalty, remains third down.
It was 3rd down and 4. Now it's going to.
24 seconds on the clock.
Now it's going to be third. Now it's going to be 3rd and 9. So 4 more seconds added on. They ran the clock as the play proceeded, but the play was blown dead before the snap. So 4 more seconds added on. 2:24 left to go in the half.
And again, in this territory, the Saints will have to get 2 stops because I'm sure if the Lakers don't get it on this down, they'll go for it on 4th down.
3rd and 9 for the Lakers. They're at the Saint 36. Budke to throw again down the middle. That one is incomplete. Receiver wasn't looking for it.
Yeah, that was definitely a timing pattern. There wasn't that much pressure, just a 3-man rush for St. Francis that time. And they are going to punt on 4th down. But surprised here. Got to be careful of the fake, though, in this territory.
Yeah, I'm surprised, too. But the defense from St. Francis has been a lot more stout last couple of possessions. Vacaro's going to try to pin St. Francis deep here with 2:20 to go. Let's see if Scott Tumulty's got any magician work in his pocket as he stands at the St. Francis 10. Good snap. Punt is away. Off the side of his foot. Very short. Takes the St. Francis bounce to about the 14-yard line. Pretty effective, if not pretty.
Oh, the defense for St. Francis, the last, three series now. Interception, 1 first down, and 3 and out. So we've talked about the adjustment that they needed to make probably at halftime. They made it well before, and kudos to Tom Miller, the defensive coordinator.
We've said that a lot this year, haven't we?
Yes. Well, when you're the, 3rd or 4th rated defense, you talk about the passing numbers, the overall numbers, and then the scoring defense.
Haley and Day on each side of Sam Tumulty here with 3 receivers. Gavin trying to find a hole, I believe, or was that Keenan?
I think it was Keenan.
Yep, yeah, I think you're right. Up to the 19-yard line and a timeout called. Pick up
Not
of
sure
5
if it
yards.
was a timeout. I think it's just the player had to come out because of the helmet coming off.
Ryan Hatter. Second down.
So
You're right.
6-yard pickup.
Second down, 2 minutes and counting here at Morris Field. Sam the snap. Looking left, fires left, has Joey at the 21. Hit immediately, though. He'll pick up 2 yards, maybe 3. So 3rd down and 3 coming up for St. Francis. 1:43 to go.
Yeah, great coverage that time by Roosevelt. They had 3 different guys on Joey Tumulty that time. And the cornerback on that near side made the one-on-one tackle. Creates a 3rd and 3 situation here for the Saints.
Sam the snap. He's going to look to throw again. Needs some protection. Gets it right down the middle. Oh, Dan Getch with an amazing grab and a first down up to the 32. Again, the pass was behind the receiver, but Dan was up for the challenge of turning backward and grabbing it. And
Saints ready to go.
Hurry up offense here. Up to the 33-yard line. Here's Sam to throw. To the right this time. Wide open is Dezion Jordan. He gets out of bounds near the yard to gain mark. They're going to put him down just shy. So 2nd down and 1, but the clock stops.
On the previous play, Dan Getch's 7th reception of the season. Most of them have been right over the middle there and big 3rd down plays.
Dan Getch is an all-conference player, but usually not because of his pass catching.
Right.
It's because of his blocking.
Yep,
but he is
exactly.
a very capable receiver. 2nd down and 1 here at the Saints with two consecutive completions. 66 seconds to go in the half. Down by a touchdown. 4 wide receivers. Ball right hash. Haley left of Tumulty. Sam drops, fires down the middle, looking for Dezion, but he
A little
dropped
bit behind him. Still should have had it.
Sam threaded that needle between 3 Roosevelt secondary defenders. It hit Dezion Jordan's hands, though, but falls incomplete there on 2nd down. 3rd down and 1. Nice throw.
Yeah. Just a little bit behind, but still, catch Dezion would tell you he should have made.
4 wideouts again here on 3rd down and 1. Quarterback draw, or do you throw it again here with 1 minute and a second to go?
I think whatever you need to do to get the first down, right?
They're going to throw it. Sam settles in the pocket, fires right. Dan Getch right at the boundary, makes the grab. He's hit out of bounds. 1st down, Saints at the 49-yard line.
7-yard pickup.
Yeah, the chains continue to move here with under a minute to go.
56 seconds left. Saints trailing 14-7, but feel that momentum just starting to swing a little bit if you could get a touchdown here.
4 wideouts again, same formation. Keenan Haley in for pass protection. Sam steps up in the pocket, but down he goes. They couldn't protect him that long.
Might have to call timeout, and that's what the Saints are going to do here.
50 seconds, timeout, St. Francis.
That's the first one, I believe. Yep, first timeout. So still plenty of time, 50 seconds left. You need 53 yards. That's almost just like a yard a second.
Yeah, there you go. I think that's how it works, yeah. Look at the
You never
math.
heard that before, did you?
I have not. Look at the math on you. A yard a second. Big game here for the Saints, though, after dropping one last week to St. Xavier. You need to be ranked in the top 8 in your area now to be playoff eligible. That is according to some anonymous ranking committee somewhere, I guess. But beating Roosevelt is going to have to be a prerequisite to that. I don't think you're going to be playoff eligible without a win here today. And that goes for both teams. I mean, the Lakers have a lot of big games on their schedule. Today, they have St. Xavier coming up at the end of their year. Olivet is still on their schedule, so they're playing for their playoff lives as well. They're playing for a conference championship, honestly.
Yep.
Until they lose to St. Xavier, if that happens, that's going to be their game.
What week is that?
A Roosevelt-St. Xavier game?
Yeah.
That is the last game of the year.
Wow. And where's that at?
That it will be here.
Okay. I know St. Xavier has a difficult game next week. They've got Saginaw Valley State on the road.
Do you want to talk about a difficult schedule? Good Lord. St. Xavier's got to have the hardest schedule in the country.
Yep.
And I know Roosevelt's played North Central, too. Like, that is not outside
and
my mind.
Indiana Wesleyan.
Yeah. But so is St. Xavier. That's one of their losses. Here we go. Sam Tumulty on 2nd and 11 throws right. Wide open. Dan Getch again on the crossing route. They picked up 13 and another first down. Stops the clock at 45.
I'll tell you what, you can do that 4 more times and you'll be in the end zone.
Whoever they have matched up on the tight end for St. Francis can't keep up with them here. Haley back into the game. James Williams in as well. The sophomore from Evergreen Park. Only has 1 touch this season. See if he gets the ball or he's in there to pass protect. The way this drive is going, I assume he's going to block. Play action to him. Down the middle. Complete to Joey. Let's see if he can work a little more Tumulty magic here. He just races for the sideline here. That's the only time Joey Tumulty is going to run out of bounds is when you're low on time. Big first down again. Right near the 20-yard line. St. Francis moving the ball here.
4 plays of 10-plus yards on this drive, Nick. And another play of 7 yards. And to start the drive, it was 5 yards. Nothing short of 3. So this is the 10th play of the drive.
First down for the Saints at the 26-yard line of Roosevelt here. Snap back to Sam. Steps up, pressure coming, throws, and it is complete. Nice diving catch, but you got to hurry. Jason Hartsfield dove and caught it. Timeout called by St. Francis. Sam threw that one under duress. Actually looked like he was falling to the ground as he released that ball. Hartsfield did a nice job to dive and catch it, forcing St. Francis to take their second timeout. It'll be 2nd down and 4 at the 22 after the timeout.
Yeah, and you're starting to see Roosevelt switch up its defense, whereas they were bringing some extra guys early on now, Nick. They're playing a little bit more pass protection, and they can do that, especially on that last play. They had just a 4-man rush, but they were able to get to Sam, and he had to come forward, make the pass to Jason Hartsfield for 5 yards. And the Saints now with just 1 time out left, 29 seconds at the Roosevelt 21-yard line.
Halftime show coming up from Jake and Alex back at the WCSF studios. No matter where you're listening from, whether it's on the air in the Joliet area on 88.7 or on Stream On WCSF's streaming page, or if it's on our YouTube channel, you will hear that halftime show. We got 29 seconds left to go here in this half. 2nd down and 5 for St. Francis. Knocking on the door of the red zone here. Haley to the right of Sam. 4 wide receivers again. Joey's in the left slot. There's the snap. Fires right.
that was holding. That was holding, definite holding.
Dezion Jordan caught it, but it was being held the entire way again.
So that should put it at about the 11-yard line.
Well, I'd like to see a pass interference on that play, too, because I don't know what holding you were looking at. Was it the one on Desi?
Yeah, yep.
Then would that, you think it was happening before the throw?
I believe it was, yes.
Give him the PI.
Going on the field is incomplete pass. Pass interference,
Yep.
defense number 1. Ball be placed at the spot of the foul.
Yep.
Automatic first down.
Pass interference.
I would have rather take the holding. It would have been 10 yards instead of the.
Yeah, I thought it would be a 15, but I just need to know the rules better, I guess. Either way, it's a first down, and now at the 17-yard line. 24 seconds to go. Saints looking to tie the game here in the last 24 seconds. It's 14-7.
You really want to finish this off after not finishing off that first initial drive of the game. Got to the inside the 1-yard line.
Blitz from the left side. Here's Sam in the pocket, firing into the end zone. Incomplete. A lot of hand fighting there, and incomplete looking for Dezion Jordan at the near pylon.
Pass incomplete. Intended for number 3, Dezion
19 seconds to go. Brings with Joey rolling to his right.
Getch on the far sideline in that tight end slot. Joey, the inside receiver on the left side.
Sam.
There it is.
Dan Getch down the seam and a touchdown.
Love it.
17-yard strike to Dan Getch right down the seam. An extra point away from tying the game with 15 seconds to go.
Did Sam fire that ball or what? That was a
3-step drop.
Beautiful play.
3-step drop and a laser. Saints offense found something they like against that Roosevelt defense, huh? Mayday will attempt the extra point, and he will remain perfect on the season. 14-14 with 15 seconds to go. With the way the first quarter started, this is as good of a turnaround in game as we've seen in a long time.
That was a 12-play, 86-yard drive that took just about 2 minutes, and there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plays of 10 or more yards, and I believe all of those were on pass plays. Yep. The whole drive pretty much was passing.
Yeah, St. Francis unable to really run the ball too much, but Sam Tumblety, one of the most efficient passers in the country, we found out.
And again, go back to what I talked about earlier in the game. He has really made great progress between year 1 and 2, and now year 3 with his passing. Yep.
I still feel the entire world is playing a joke on me with the pronunciation of Brian's last name. It has to be Mayday. I'm sorry. I don't care what you or this PA guy said. I've even asked Brian. He's like, it's Mayday. Like, are you sure? Brian, are you sure your last name is Mayday?
And then because you do that all the time, every time Brian comes into my office every once in a while, I always have to go, now it's May Day, right? Yeah, it's May Day for the 3rd year in a row.
Yeah, it's been May Day the entire time. Kickoff was fair caught by Roosevelt. They'll have it at the 25-yard line. We'll see if they even – no, they're going to come out and kneel it down.
As long as he continues his perfect streak, what is he up to? 24 in a row now, right? 21 this year, and then 3 to close out, 3 for 3 to close out last year. And Roosevelt's just going to take a knee.
So St. Francis gets punched in the mouth early, but responds, and we're tied 14-14. That's as good as you could hope with the way this game started. We're going to take a break here on WCSF. When we come back, Alex and Jake back at the WCSF studios, bringing you the Sports Saturday halftime show. 14-all up here in Arlington Heights. It's the USF Sports Network.
Welcome to the Sports Saturday halftime show with your host, Matthias Warner.
Well, welcome into the Sports Saturday halftime show. Alex Melcar is joined by Jake DiLorenzo and special guest Scotty Batten, defensive back, not on the travel roster, fighting some injuries. Nice enough to join us up here on the 4th floor of Tower Hall. The Fighting Saints, a late 2-minute drive to tie us up, at 14 against Roosevelt, a game that did not start out the way it looks right now, Jake.
No, not at all. I was after the second score from Roosevelt, I was kind of thinking, well, this might be it, boys. But hey, they bounced back. They fought back, played an excellent end of the first half, and we're here where we are right now, 14-14.
And a big part of that is the passing game really picked up in that second quarter, and a big part of that using weapons like Dan Getch. We had a Dan Getch sighting on multiple occasions, including that touchdown. We had Dezion Jordan getting involved in the offense, all things that we preached and wanted when we talked in the pregame show.
I mean, all the stuff that we talked about, it's kind of coming to fruition here. We talked about some of the O-line struggles. We're seeing it a little bit, but they were perfect on that last drive. They were outstanding on that last drive, allowing us to actually get into the end zone with Getch. I'm glad that he's finally getting the targets that he deserves, a huge target that can catch the ball, throw it to the man, and look what happens.
Scotty, you have a different point of view than us. You're an actual member of this team. You're on the roster. You were doom and gloom just like us in that first quarter. We were saying the season was over.
I was. I mean, seeing a quick score, defense not performing like they should or to their best ability. I was a little worried at first, but our guys bounced back. I think it was 3-4 drives straight. We got some stops, and we were able to give it back to the O, and they were able to just push it back to the end zone.
How about the defense's ability to fill in for Michael Johnson? We knew that was we had some misinformation between us and Nick out at the stadium. Obviously, him being in Arlington Heights, he got to actually see Mike not in pads. We don't have that luxury here in the studio. But not having him in the middle of that defensive line, Scotty, you talked about it. Jake, you talked about it. It's a huge miss, and something the Saints took a while to kind of figure out. And they've slowed down Tenor a lot, who started off this game red hot.
I mean, you said it there. I mean, he started off the game outstanding. I was getting kind of scared. I'm thinking, man, this guy's really going to run for 200 plus on us. That's what I was thinking. But hey, I mean, we stepped up. CJ Reeves stepped up. Big D tackle filling in for Mike Johnson stepped up, and we were able to kind of calm the run game down. I also want to talk about the secondary, and I know that Scotty, you're a part. You see these guys every day, so you know what Tavion's capable of. Tavion Wells, the DB who had the interception 7 minutes in the second quarter. That
was huge. Huge momentum shifter.
I mean, of all the things that we needed, that was it. That set up the Joey Tumblety touchdown. But like I said, this defense stepped up. They got stops when they needed to get stops, and we're here where we are right now.
The Fighting Saints, the only active game going on in the MSFA at this moment in time. Olivet Nazarene took down Central Methodist earlier today, 34-20 in Bourbonnais. St. Xavier took care of business against next week's opponent for the Fighting Saints, Judson, 58-6. So St. Xavier is sitting pretty at the top of the Midwest League. Over in the Mid-East, Marion, a beatdown of Madonna, just like everybody else has done to Madonna this year. 41-0, Marion wins. St. Francis, Indiana bounces back. They beat Siena Heights 42-28. Indiana Wesleyan in the fourth quarter with Taylor at last check. It was 42-17. That game is now final, actually. So 42-17, Indiana Wesleyan continues to roll. They are going to win the Mid-East, I would think, pretty easily. And still in the third quarter, Concordia, Michigan, 17-10 over Lawrence Tech. Close ball game out there in Michigan.
Did Dave text you? He sent me the stats. I have the statistics
wow,
for
we
this
have
game
statistics. Now. See, we didn't have live stats here in studio. We were panicking. Let's get you those numbers real quick. We talked about the Joey Tumblety touchdown, 5 receptions, 135 yards, 1 touchdown. Daniel Getch has 4 receptions for 48 yards. That's his best half of football by far.
Yeah, Getch having the half that he did was crazy. Like you said, 48 yards and a touchdown. But one stat, if you look one section above it, Sam Tumblety has 226 yards at the half with 2 touchdowns.
I see you, Sam. And I think a big part of that is that 2-minute offense. That is the best the offense has looked and sounded here in the studio, obviously, all season long. That 2-minute offense, they were in a rhythm. Sam was hitting his targets in stride. He was hitting them out of their breaks. There was no miscommunications, really. It looked crisp, and it was a fun watch. I don't know about you, Scotty.
Absolutely. I mean, being able to be in a rush, knowing that you need a score, I don't know if that helps contribute to anything, but that's the most crisp I've seen the offense, at least in the few weeks.
226 yards, that's got to be up there for...
I mean, that's like stats that we're thinking, okay, end of the game.
Yeah, end of the game for Sam Tumblety. Because
Tumblety
Tumblety is usually a rusher. Today, on the ground, Sam only has 7 rushes for a net of -4.
This is a whole other Sam we're seeing.
Yeah. This is pocket passer Sam Tumblety. When did we unlock this character?
This is fun to watch, right?
Yeah,
because
this is the Sam I've been waiting to see. 226 yards, airing it out, trusting his arm. And he threw a pick today, which is fine. That's going to happen. And granted, wasn't entirely his fault either. Joey slipped and fell on the route.
Also, new text from Dave Laquetta saying 230 yards is Sam Tumblety's career high for passing yards in a game.
I think we might see that tonight, Jay.
He's 4 yards away. He's 4 yards away.
Sam Tumblety masterclass is what I'm hearing right now.
It's fun to watch so far. I'm loving this advancement in the passing game. Something that I don't think I've seen it in the last year that I've been here. Is the offense, being able to really sit back in the pocket and pass. And I mean, seeing it now today, especially being down, kind of having to answer the call. This is huge for this offense.
Yeah, and I would just like to point out, we talked about the defense, obviously, for St. Francis. They have allowed a total of 151 yards at the half, whereas Roosevelt allowed 239, and Roosevelt has run 4 more plays than the Fighting Saints. And we talked about the defense stepping up after that slow start.
I mean, yeah, what does Tyler Tenner have? He has 61 total yards on the ground, which for a half, I guess, in retrospect is good. But based off how that first drive went, I thought, we're in for a rough ride. We're in for a rough ride, but hey, we're holding him. We're holding him to the tackling was a big part. I know Scotty brought it up, but the tackling it has to be better, right? And I think that, especially on the touchdown.
The touchdown, 2 guys had him wrapped, and they let him waltz into the end zone after they tackled each other, essentially.
I don't know. And then there was another guy too at the end of the play that could have came in and brought him down, but he might have been too late. But
I think that was that Coop that came from the far side of the field, or was that Mabudis?
Yeah,
it was one of those 2 guys, but the play was probably far over at that point. We're going to take a break, step away, come back. We'll get you the highlights from the first half. You're listening to the Sports Saturday Halftime Show on Saints Radio WCSF Joliet 88.7 FM.
The Encounter is online. Read up on all things Fighting Saints and USF at usfencounter.stfrancis.edu. Stay tuned throughout the game for the Sports Saturday halftime and postgame shows hosted by Matthias Warner, right here on Saints Radio WCSF. Welcome to the Sports Saturday halftime show with your host, Matthias Warner.
Well, welcome back. Obviously, I'm not Matthias Warner. I'm Alex Melkars, joined by Jake DiLorenzo and Scotty Batten, defensive back of your Fighting Saints, not on the travel roster, fighting injury at this time. Let's get a look at your highlights as the Fighting Saints fell behind early. A 1-yard touchdown run from Tyler Tenner.
Butke under center, 2 tight ends, 1 on each side. Turn the give to Tenner. Finds a hole into the end zone. 12-play opening drive touchdown for the Lakers.
The Lakers dominated early on. That domination continued. The Saints had an opportunity to score on 4th and 1. They couldn't get the job done.
Will they bring him? There's the snap. They bring one of them into the face of Sam. He throws downfield. Dezion Jordan has the big grab at the 45, up to the 50, down to the 47 of Roosevelt.
That's your man, right?
Dezion Jordan. I love it, man. He's the downfield threat.
30-yard pass play from Sam Tumulty to Dezion Jordan.
Butke throws right. It is complete, and they break the tackle. Touchdown, Lakers on 4th and 10.
Keonta Nixon gets the job done for Roosevelt, gives them a 14-0 lead on a 25-yard touchdown. The Saints look to answer right away. Sam Tumulty, however, found trouble in the middle of the field.
There's the snap, 3-man rush. Sam across the middle. That one is intercepted. Joey Tumulty, the intended receiver, but he slipped on the break. He fell down, and it was picked off.
Yeah, it was
immediately picked up, however. Sam Tumulty getting back on the field. Tavon Wills, a great read over the middle, getting the Fighting Saints their first turnover of the ball game.
If Roosevelt goes to the pass, make a big play with an interception.
They're going to throw here on 2nd and long. They're going to go deep right, and that one is intercepted by the Saints. Tavion Wells there on the underthrown ball to give it back to the Saints offense. Just what the Saints needed there.
How about Dave Laquetta calling that play, huh? I know Jake liked that one. You like that one, Jake?
I mean, come on. Dave Laquetta calls are always legendary, but that's probably number one.
Well, the Fighting Saints were able to turn that one into 7. Joey Tumulty goes 73 yards for a house call.
Well protected to the outside. Caught by Joey. First down. Flanson goes back inside. Back to the outside. Joey Tumulty off to the races. He's got blockers in front and touchdown.
No penalties. Big play.
That'll be 71 yards if it stands for Joey Tumulty.
And then how about the 2-minute offense there from the Fighting Saints? Sam Tumulty marching the team down the field, finishes it off 17 yards to Dan Getch.
Sam,
there it is.
Dan Getch down the seam and a touchdown.
And the Fighting Saints tie it up at 14 after the extra point. Gentlemen, a lot of football left to be played. Got to be happy with what you saw at the end of the half, though. Brand new life for this Fighting Saints team.
I mean, yeah, I feel like I'm kind of just re-saying things that I've already said, but I mean, the ability for the defense to be able to hold Roosevelt's offense that was, quite frankly, untouchable for those first 2 offensive drives. They had us thinking up here in the booth, this is it.
This is it. We were very doom and gloom. And I think Nick and Dave out at the stadium, too, felt the same way. So it was nice to see the bounce back there. Another number to keep in mind, Joey Tumulty, 135 yards, ties his season and career high here at St. Francis in the first half alone. Obviously, it helped that he had a 71-yard touchdown catch.
Yeah, I mean,
Joey Tumulty, Sam Tumulty, that connection has been really special. But it's nice to see that even though, we've got that 1-2 connection of the Tumultys, Sam's still using his other weapons like we talked about, Dan Getch, Dezion Jordan, Jason Hartsfield getting in on the action, somebody that we thought earlier in the year, Jake, would be a bigger part of this offense.
Yeah, I mean, and not to say that he's not a big part of the offense now. I think, Scotty, you know him better than anyone. You want to go ahead and tell us what he's probably the best at for this team?
I mean, especially with Little going down, he was our slot guy at the start of the season. Jason's a little bit bigger body, 6'1", 6'2", 205 to 210. He is extremely physical in the blocking game, and I feel like that's where he excels the most. Moving him out to the outside, he played a little bit of that last year. So seeing him get back into like a rhythm, and from that number one receiver spot, it may have taken a few games to make that adjustment, but I feel like he's finally there.
I mean, the blocking as receiver is one of the most underrated parts of an offense running efficiently. You saw it, and I know I'm bringing up the NFL references. I do it every pregame show, but I'm going to do it again.
It's all right,
Cooper,
Jake.
Cooper
we
Kupp,
forgive you.
Cooper Kupp blocking for the Rams, right? He's always in there, and he's always setting the edge, allowing his running backs, whether it's Cam Akers. I know he hasn't played with Kyron Williams yet, but allowing those running, this week, maybe. But allowing those running backs to be able to get to the edge and go one-on-one in space with smaller guys like the DBs. I mean, that's huge, and it's making an impact here in St. Francis offense.
We heard Nick and Dave talk about it a lot. Saints fighting for their playoff lives. So is Roosevelt, obviously, but the Fighting Saints more so, ranked number 17 in the nation, have to keep that top 25 rating, have to stay in the top 8 of their region. We talked about it in the pregame show. It's the GPAC and the MSFA in our region. A lot of good ball clubs in the GPAC, a lot of good ball clubs in the Mid-East League, with teams like Indiana Wesleyan bearing down from there, trying to get their spot in the playoffs as well. The Fighting Saints need this W, and the defense is going to be a huge part of it. And Scotty, you talked early, you weren't so happy with the play defensively to start the game. What were the adjustments you saw that led to the success in the second quarter?
So I think to start the game, we weren't filling gaps correctly. That could be a Roosevelt scheme that they came out with something different that we saw from film earlier in the week. I feel like as we got more looks at their offenses, their formations, what they're doing, we were able to correctly fit those gaps. And especially on their running back number 5, Tyler Tanner, if we can fit him up at the line and not let him fall forward for extra yards, every yard counts. So if we can fit him up and drive him backwards, I think that's a huge part. I think we held him to what 61 yards in the first half?
Yeah, the running back? Yeah.
That's huge on 16 attempts.
Yeah.
I'm not real great at math, so I couldn't tell you exactly how many yards per carry that is, but that's pretty good for an explosive back like him.
Roosevelt, their first 2 drives, 25 plays, 157 yards. Their last 3 drives, 11 plays, -6 yards. And to keep it in the defensive backfield, you talked about, Scotty, Coop made a huge tackle. He blew up a screenplay in the backfield.
Beautiful.
Boomstick.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. And you said that was essentially a film tackle. That was something that he learned during the week. He saw the formation. He knew it was coming, and he sniffed it out right from the beginning.
Absolutely. Coop, he's one of those guys, he's always watching film. I mean, nonstop, day and night, before meetings, after meetings, all the time. So seeing that, knowing he's responsible for that flat area to the field, and he sees that number 2 step back for a screen, he's able just to go right away, and he made a fantastic play. Huge hit.
We're going to take a break. You're listening to Sports Saturday Halftime Show. Saints and Lakers tied at 14 on WCSF Joliet 88.7 FM.
My name is Jamie Bowles, and I was diagnosed with non-small cell lung cancer in December of 2018. Nobody would even know looking at me that I have stage 4 lung cancer, and I'm grateful.
Hey, you there, Nick?
Oh, yeah. What's up, man?
When we come out of this break, you want to do a little back and forth, just to get your guys' opinion on the half if you don't have any time.
Yeah, we can chat with you.
All right, works for me.
We got 4 minutes and 45 seconds.
Perfect. We can just throw it to you then after the chit-chat's done, or you just kind of give us the signal that you're going to take over.
Yep, we'll just take it. You got it.
Yep.
High-fidelity simulation labs, 2 skills laboratories, 1 home health simulation lab, multiple classrooms, a cafe, and a fully renovated student lounge. University of St. Francis nurses become leaders in their field and make a lasting impact in healthcare. For more information, visit stfrancis.edu or schedule a tour of our campus. Our fall semester starts August 21st. Hope to see you soon.
Welcome to the Sports Saturday Halftime Show with your host, Matthias Warner.
Alex Melkars, Jake DiLorenzo, and Scotty Batten filling in for the great Matthias Warner here this week. Saints and Roosevelt Lakers tied at 14. We're going to go back out to Morris Field now, bring back in Nick Jacobs, Dave Laquetta. They've seen it all out there so far this weekend. A night game, first one of the season, and we thought that was kind of the reason that the guys started out slow.
Yeah, you know what? That's what I like to blame. I know Coach Curry probably wouldn't echo that sentiment, but It very well could be, but the most impressive thing has been the adjustment they made after those first two drives. You mentioned it just here a few minutes ago in your halftime. The first couple of drives, what was it, Dave? 25 plays,
157 yards.
Yeah, and then their second, after those first two drives, it was just minus 6 yards total. So whatever adjustment, Alex, that St. Francis made defensively certainly seems to be working.
They also made some adjustments offensively as well. That 2-minute offense was some of the best football we've seen all season long from this unit.
Yeah, Dave, they seem like they figured something out against that Roosevelt defense that they really like to attack.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, it for the most part coming into today, Joey Tumulty, 22 receptions. The next leading guy was Desian Jordan with 8. And, now you throw in Daniel Getch, who they weren't expecting. He's got 4 catches for 48 yards. The 17-yard touchdown to tie things up just before the end of the half. Desian with 2 receptions. Jason Hartsfield got into it a little bit. But that last series was primarily passing. And the great thing is the Saints can continue that momentum. They start with the ball here in the second half.
And I'm going to give credit now to Jake a little bit. He's been calling for Dan Getch sightings all season long in the pregame show. At least our avid listeners would know that, Jake.
Guys, when you're
to involve the tight ends, that's just what it is to run an effective offense.
When your name rhymes with catch, you should definitely get more catches.
Absolutely. And
Jake's part of the fan, or not Jake.
You call me Nick.
Nick.
Yeah.
Nick is a part of the Getch fan club as well.
We've just been talking about getting them involved, even if it's helping out the tackles on some chips before they go out for a little out route or something. Just getting them more involved in the offense, other than just blocking utilities back there. And
it'd be interesting to get Scotty's opinion on this. The differences between Dan Getch and Jake Friddle, because it seemed like Jake Friddle was your pass catching tight end, and Dan's been the blocking tight end, but it seems like they're relying on Dan's hands today. What do you like, and how do you compare and contrast Getch and Friddle?
I would say Jake Friddle is almost a younger Getch. Not quite as tall. Dan Getch, he's big, he's physical. I want to say he's 6'4". He's a big body, great hands. He's an extension of a wide receiver. I'm kind of surprised that we haven't seen him get more targets just because he is such a big target.
That's what I was thinking too. I thought if they're going to throw to tight end, we might see 88 out there a little bit more. But hey, don't fix it if it ain't broken. And Dan Getch seems to be doing the job. Gentlemen, we got kickoff pending here. Great job on the halftime show. We'll talk to you post-game, all right?
Sounds good, Nick.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. Nick and Dave out here, Morris Field, Arlington Heights. Halftime just about wrapped up. A couple of observations on the stat sheet. We talked about Tyler Tenner, his 16 carries, 61 yards. That's a 3.8 yard per carry. He averages 5.3, Dave, so keeping him to 3.8 per touch, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and you look, that is good, Nick. He was getting some big yardage on some of the first 2 drives that they had, and then the defense stymied him after that. And you look at some of the numbers, Sam Tumulty, they talked about it at halftime, 226 yards, his career high is a couple weeks ago. He had 230. He had 229 last year against Trinity International. The other guy, Joey Tumulty, last week, 135 yards for the whole game. He's already got that in the first 30 minutes. And how about this number? If the Saints can turn around time of possession, Roosevelt's had it 19 minutes and 12 seconds to St. Francis 10:48. So a 2-1 advantage, and the Saints have as many points as Roosevelt right now.
It's been a crazy half. It's about to get a little crazier as we get our second half set up and ready to go. It'll be St. Francis with the football to start things off. Scott and Joe back to return. Scott will be a bit deeper standing in his 10. Joey will stand in front of him at about the 20 as we get things underway. St. Francis going right to left once we get this thing going. Vaccaro will kick it. Short squib kick. Gives it to Dan Getch, who will try to return. He will be hit immediately and pay the price at the 35-yard line. Some pushing and shoving, and the teams will go back to their respective sides with no flags thrown.
Yeah, that was actually a tough catch for Dan.
Yeah, right at his feet.
It was like the ball was moving not the way it should, and he pretty much just knocked it down, picked it up, and there were 3 Laker defenders right there. So the Saints will start their first drive of the third quarter at their own 34-yard line.
All right, do they decide to keep throwing it? They tried to establish the run a little bit more. We see 2 tight ends on the field. Dan Getchup on the line. Friddle, the left side wing back. Ball left hash, 2 wide receivers out right. Blitz is going to come from Sam's right. He's going to hand it to Haley running left. Up to the 40. Nice run on first down up past the 40-yard line. He'll pick up 7 up to the 41.
You know, we talked about, we heard the guys in the studio at halftime. Jake Friddle, more the receiver. Dan Getch, the blocker. And who had the nice block that time on that play? It was Jake Friddle.
There you go.
Allowed the receiver, or allowed Keenan Haley, the running back, to pick up probably an additional 3 yards on that play. 7-yard pickup.
Both guys can do both jobs. 3 wide receivers this time. 3 right, 1 left. Haley left hip of Sam. Points out a blitzer to his left. It's going to come from his right as well. Sam just destroyed as he threw the ball. Holy. Incomplete pass. He did well just to get rid of that in time. Pressure put on by 99. Ryan Hatter, your rating league defensive player of the week.
Yeah, the linebacker from the outside, Cortez Draper, who's, I think, one of the top sack men on this Roosevelt defense. He was coming from the outside, blitzed each of the first 2 plays, Nick. The first one went away from him, Keenan Haley to the near side. He was coming from the outside. Keep an eye on him again here on this 3rd down and 3 play.
Well, Haley's going to move to the left of Tumulty here on 3rd and 3 at their own 41.
Here he comes.
Here he comes again. He's going to come toward the middle this time, though. Sam looking. Good protection this time. Rolls right, fires, but an inaccurate throw to the feet of Dezion Jordan and incomplete. So St. Francis is going to go 3 and out to open up our second half.
Good job, actually, by Sam on that play. It was bounced back to him. And he had that pressure coming in and had to scoot out to the right side, underthrew his receiver, but he was getting a little bit of pressure there.
Tran and Calhoun back to return for Roosevelt.
And again,
this is the first time that they're going to return a punt? Or maybe
well, this is only our second punt, right?
Yeah.
But they have not returned a punt this season.
Low snap handled by Brian
and
Endover and punt. And
maybe.
Probably, if they're smart, they won't. So they will continue to not return punts, and that will be down at the 28. All right, let's see if the Roosevelt Lakers offense can make some adjustments after getting stymied by the Saints D much of the second quarter.
You know, and knowing Tom Miller like I do, I think those 14 points that Roosevelt put up, very quickly, that was just a challenge for him, and he rose he rose to the challenge. He adjusted his defense, and they made the stop on the last 3 drives. 11 plays minus 6 yards after 25 plays for 157 on the first 2 drives.
St. Francis showing a bit of pressure off the edges here. Let's see if they bring them with the linebackers. They're going to play the run. They're going to look just eye up on Tenor, and they bring him down 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage. They're going backward again. Tyler Tenor will lose 3 on first down. 2nd and 13 back to the 25.
And that's another thing we've seen out of Roosevelt over the past couple of years with their strong running game. It seems like, they were able to get some yardage early, especially in the first half. And then St. Francis defense was able to make the recovery in knowing where, you can do all you want during prep week until you get to the game and you see the guy actually running. And he was able to get outside early. And after that, they've been able to pretty much stymie him on probably his last 4 or 5 carries.
Bucky, the quick throw out again. It is complete. Tackled at the 35. Not enough for a first down, but a pickup of 10. It'll be 3rd down and 3. Nice pitch and catch out to Jarrell Calhoun. The most successful passing plays that they have had so far tonight have been those wide receiver screen passes.
3rd reception of the night for Calhoun for 26 yards now.
Sam Tumulty rushing for -4 in that first half. When we talked about the the breaking of records with him passing. What is the lowest rushing total he's had since he's been a Saint?
Yeah, I think it was around 20 yards. I think I think it was a couple years ago early on.
The timeout, early timeout called by Roosevelt here. Unable to get organized here on a 3rd down and 3 situation.
And the temperature continues to drop here in Arlington Heights.
I'll keep you warm, Dave. It's okay.
49 degrees. I'm just happy Josh Wolfish, the
Yes, hey.
sports information director
MVP.
here for Roosevelt, he let us in the booth.
It's been
We
known,
usually been outside.
It's been known to happen where they put a table outside for us, but not today. Not today.
After today, though, he might not want us back in here next to him. He says, enough of you guys. Go back outside.
It's one of the nicer facilities we get to visit.
It is.
So I like coming up here to Arlington Heights. Always nice. Nice selection of pretzels and popcorn and cookies. But enough about me.
Big 3rd down play.
3rd and 3 for Roosevelt at their own 35. St. Francis went 3 and out. Here's the first possession of the half for the Lakers. Budke in the shotgun. Tenor on his right hip. 2 wideouts left, 1 right. Oh, St. Francis is going to bring everybody. But they did not snap the ball. They're going to look for a new play. St. Francis was ready to bring the house.
Yeah, they had Keemon Reese, TJ Neal, and Logan Johnson.
See if they bring them. They don't. They drop back in coverage this time. They will rush 3. Now comes the 4th in the air, and that one's thrown away. 4th down. 3 and out for the Lakers on their first offensive possession of the half. I think.
Yeah.
The offense isn't running off. There they go.
Four plays. I'm sorry, 14 plays on their last 4 drives, Nick.
And they had a 14-yard touchdown drive in the first half.
Yep.
What a
11
change.
11 play drive, the first one for 58 yards, the second one 14 for 99.
I guess we call it a feeling out period, and then I guess both teams got comfortable. Here's the punt. Beauty. Scotty will fair catch.
Watch out.
Oh, that's his own his own guy hit him.
He's just got to down it. He can't. That's not a kickoff. Yeah,
That's a down,
like you said, Scotty got hit by his own guy, and then one of the bullets. Now
they're going to say Scott touched it.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe
There's
that
no
at
way
all.
he could have. He got hit by his own man, unless they're saying the other guy hit him. Yeah, they're saying. Yeah. The only way
I don't think
a
anyone
St.
touched
Francis guy could have touched it would have been the. Yeah. Yeah, so.
It wasn't a penalty. They said illegal touching by the kicking team. They just downed it, right?
Right.
Yeah. There was no penalty there.
Yeah, on a punt, obviously, you can only down it. You can't. It's not like a kickoff after 10 yards. Thank God.
Yeah, that could have been a disaster. Yeah, one of the St. Francis blockers just ran right into Scotty, or was blocked into him, one of the two. But it was down. It'll be St. Francis ball. No harm, no foul. Saints will have it at their own 18 to start their second drive of the third quarter. 12-13 to go. We're knotted at 14. The Lakers will rush 3.
There's a block.
Nice block. There goes Haley with a nice hurdle up to the 25, down to the 28-yard
Friddle
line.
again.
Keenan Haley up near the 30. That's going to be close to a first down. It is enough. Yep, 10-yard carry for Keenan to move the chains on one play.
I'll tell you what, this isn't something we've seen very often. It's usually been Keenan in between the two tackles.
Yes.
And he's been able to get outside, especially on this near side. That first drive, he had the 7-yard gain, and now the 9-yard pickup here. Actually, a 10-yard pickup. They make it a first down.
Haley will go to the left hip of Sam. Let's see if he wants to throw it here on first. 2 wide receivers right, 1 left. Ball left hash of the 27. Blitz coming. Picked up. Sam surveys, fires to the edge. Just out of the reach of Joey Tumulty and incomplete.
Good job. Like you said, they're coming with that blitz again like they did in the first quarter, and Keenan Haley picked it up to the near side. And I believe that's why Keenan switched from the right side to the left side, knowing who was on the defensive outside linebacker spot.
11:24 to go, third quarter. 14 all. St. Francis second possession of the half. Second down and 10 after the incomplete. They're at their own 28-yard line. Twins here near side, 2 tight ends. Haley in the backfield with Sam. Keenan will switch. No, he won't. He'll go back to the left side. They blitz again. They're going to run right at it this time, but Sam ran right into the back of one of his offensive linemen, only gained 2. Sam's been getting hit pretty hard today.
Yeah.
He's taking some shots.
I'll tell you what, that was a good call. You know, when you got guys blitzing on both sides on the outside, you might as well run it up the middle, see if you can get some big yardage and get away from those linebackers who are outside.
3rd and 8. Joey Tumulty slot right. Dezion Jordan wide left. Dan Getch will be slot left.
Jason Hartsfield on the far side.
Sam with the gun. Haley right hip. 3rd down and 8 from the 30. Sam barking out some orders. Roosevelt will rush 3. Penalty. It's a free play, I think, for St. Francis. It is complete to Joey to the 45, past the 50, down to the 45, now to the 43. Carrying some Lakers with him. I think it's going to... I thought it was an offsides. They'll decline it if it is.
I believe with the line judge coming down the field, it's going to be on Roosevelt trying to blitz.
Yeah, I think they
because otherwise the line judge wouldn't have moved. Yep. 27-yard pickup for Joey Tumulty.
Another huge near 30-yard play. Big chunks of yards, and they're going to be start talking about breaking some single-game records here if they keep that up.
162 right now for Joey on 6 receptions. Record, you said, I think was 243, right?
Yep. Troy Torrance back in 2013. First down for the Saints. They're inside Roosevelt territory to the 43-yard line. They're going to bring a blitz again, but they're going to run at it. Breaking free is Keenan Haley to the 30.
Good job, Keenan.
Nice job by Keenan Haley to pick up the first down. I'm going to mark him at the 31-yard line. I like Keenan getting outside. I was never a huge fan of Keenan, the inside runner.
Yeah, good job by that front line, especially on the left side there.
Yeah, when Keenan gets outside, his speed and elusiveness can be pretty dangerous. He doesn't break as many tackles as Sam or Joey, but he can hurdle and spin his way out of a few.
Yeah, Rylan Hersink and Peyton Bogie along that left side, allowing Keenan Haley to pick up 7, 9, 10, and now 12 yards.
First down play, blitz coming again. Sam throws right at it, complete to Joey past the 20.
Did he fumble?
He did. Ball still loose on the ground.
They got it.
Roosevelt will jump on it at the 15. Joey Tumulty gives it up after the completion. I believe that Joey Tumulty's 2nd or 3rd fumble this year. And that'll kill a promising drive here with 9:24 to go, tied at 14.
Well, fortunately, it happened deep in Roosevelt territory, and the way the St. Francis defense is playing right now, you get a 3 and out, and you get good field position if you get it back.
My prediction is an interception on this
Whoa.
drive. Yeah, I know. I'm saying it. I'm going out on a limb here. First down for Roosevelt, their own 15 after the turnover. Second turnover of the game for St. Francis. They run with Tenor. Spins out of a few tackles, hitting the back at the 17-yard line. Hard fought 2 yards for Tyler Tenor.
Number 5, Tyler Tenor, the ball carrier. Stopped by number 10, Keemon Reese.
Tell you what, Keemon's been a great addition to. There's been a lot of guys.
Matt Perry, Keemon,
yep. Tavian Wells.
Tavian, a transfer from New Mexico Highlands. I'm not sure what the connection with that is, but hey, happy to have. Second down and 7 after the run. Their tight end goes right to left. Tenor on the left hip of Budke in the shotgun. Hand off to Tenor again. He's going to try to find a hole, but he's tripped up. Was that Keemon again?
It's Scott Tumulty there, and let's
bottom
see who
of that
gets
pile.
up at the bottom of the pile.
Oh, judging by that was
That's,
Cooper.
Jalen.
Yeah, he did the ninja pop up, and like whenever you see that, it's Jalen Cooper. Everybody, God, I love that kid. 3rd down and 2 after the carry. Two running backs on each side of Budke here. On 3rd and 2, a box full of Saints.
Yeah, they've been playing tight.
8 in the box with their eyes on number 5 in the backfield. They don't. They play action. They throw, and they pick up a first down to Calhoun up to the 30-yard line to pick up 7 on the quick slant. First down, moves the chains up to the 30-yard line of Roosevelt. 7.5 to go, 3rd quarter. Still tied at 14.
Yeah, this might be that defensive battle like we saw with St. Xavier in the second half. Both teams scored, and then they just scored once in the second half after putting up 14 points each in the first half.
Again, they pack the box full of Saints. Tenor goes to the left side of the shotgun. Budke, they play action to him. Throwing, they're looking for the home run. It is batted away, incomplete, no flag. Trying to fit that one in between two Saints. Scott Tumulty, Mabudis, Cooper.
Tavion Wells.
Tavion Wells is there, but Tavion's cramping up a little bit. He's going to try to stretch out that left calf. The entire secondary was underneath that football. And a whistle will stop play.
Yeah, we saw a lot of cramping last week due to the heat. You know, it's the game time temperature was 80 degrees, and it just kept rising throughout the afternoon, got up to 83.
What a difference a week makes.
And then you put then you add the heat coming off the turf, and it was a lot hotter.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to some of the guys later on in the week, including Michael Johnson, and they were just talking about, and you're just not ready for that.
Yeah.
I mean, you were early in the season, but then you pretty much after that first game that we had with Waldorf, it was comfortable temperatures, and it just affects everybody differently. And could be a cold night like tonight, 49 degrees. It can be a warm afternoon like it was last week.
Hey, I'm going to give the guys in the studio a bit of homework here. Keep us updated on that Concordia Lawrence Tech game. That was close, I believe, in the third quarter, 17-10. Well, next opportunity, we'll call for a score on that. We are the only other game going on in the MSFA right now. 2nd down and 10. Play action again. Budke wants to throw it. He's going to test out that secondary to the edge. It is jumped and incomplete, landing out of bounds. No room out there. Forced out of bounds by Matthew Perry and Nick Mabudis. That'll bring up 3rd and 10. Some other scores across the MSFA. Not a lot of close ones. Marion beat up on Madonna. St. Francis beat Siena Heights.
I think Marion and Indiana Wesleyan, is that next weekend?
I don't have that scheduled, but I can't wait to find out. That's going to be a good one. We do have an update. Thank you very much to the folks here at Roosevelt. 24-10 with 9 minutes to go. Concordia with the comfortable lead against Lawrence Tech. 3rd and 10. 4 wide receivers, empty backfield for Budke. Looking, nothing there. Throws on the run. And nearly intercepted. Almost an offensive pass interference there, I would think, as the receiver, Keontae Nixon, just laid into the cornerback. But
yeah, that was good pressure that time by Keemon Reese. And then the good coverage, I believe it was Perry that time, Matt Perry.
Well, like you said before, they did get one first down, but nice stop defensively. They should get decent field position here after the lost fumble last possession for the Saints. 6:48 to go.
I'll tell you what, there's been some good coverage by Roosevelt tonight and St. Xavier last week. I believe each of the last 4 punt returns for Scotty have been negative yardage.
And this one is a boomer. Scotty backpedals to the 21 and stays on his feet, but not much longer, back to the 21. So no yardage on the return for Tumulty. Still tied at 14, 6:38 to go in the third quarter. After a wild first 10 minutes of this game, well, first quarter, I suppose.
Yeah, there were 10 10 drives in the first half combined, and already with 6:38 left to play in the third quarter, we're already on our fifth one here. Neither team offensively getting able to get any momentum here in the second half.
Sam Tumulty will be in the gun here. 2 wide receivers left, 1 right. Blitz again going to come from the edges against Sam. Throws right in stride.
Wow.
It is caught. Did he hang on to it?
Yep.
Incredible catch and first down. Keenan Haley out of the backfield on a crossing route. Picks
I
up
think that
10.
might have been, was that James? No, that was James Williams.
Oh, thank you very much. 24, not 27. My bad.
Yeah, they were both in there, and that's very rare.
They're going to be in there again. No huddle here for St. Francis on a first down play. Snap. Sam's going to try to keep it himself and run it, but he's going to run into a brick wall, only gain 2. Not much room for anyone to run the ball on either side over the last 2 quarters. I am the biggest James Williams fan. The more playing time he gets, I think that's better. You saw his hands there. Just as I say that, he'll go ahead and check out of the game. Thanks for your service there, James. I love him as a back, and I didn't know he could catch the ball like that because he took some punishment and held on to the ball. Here we go, 2nd and 8, 5:26 to go in the third. More blitzing coming from Roosevelt. Picked up again. Fired outside. It is complete to Jason Hartsfield. Enough for a first down.
And Sam's doing a very nice job right now of picking up that the blitz from the outside, really setting and throwing right away. And that's something we saw on that last drive of the first half.
Just the 3rd catch of the season for Hartsfield.
Couple today. He had the one in the first half.
Sorry, 4th catch
on that on that touchdown drive.
Right. 4 wideouts here on first down for St. Francis up to their own 41-yard line. A slow marching drive. Here comes more pressure from Roosevelt once he snaps the ball. There it is. Here comes the pressure. Picked up again and out to Dan Getch. Picks up 1, runs over a linebacker to get a few more. 2nd down. Is there a flag?
No,
Okay.
just I think the St. Francis far sideline liked the pop that Dan gave on that play. Probably picked up another 2 yards.
Yeah, picks up 3 up to the 45-yard line, 2nd and 7. Denzion Jordan will go wide right. Joey Tumulty wide left here. 2 safeties back for Roosevelt. Dan Getch slot left, and you can tell because he's huge. Here comes the blitz again. Picked up again. They're going to run it. Inside up to the 48-yard line to pick up to just 2. So 3rd down and 5 on the way for St. Francis.
I'll tell you what I'd like to see right on this play is that same play that we've seen on the near side with Keenan. Haven't seen that in the last couple series here, but he was able to get 7, 10, and 11 yards on one of the first couple drives of this second half.
I'm going to say Tumulty, Getch, crossing route. Tumulty, the deep cross. Getch, the shallow cross. First down at the 40-yard line. Sam in the gun. Blitz again coming from all sides.
Wow.
Screen pass. Lobs it up for Williams. Incomplete. And Sam was under extreme duress on that play. 4th down. Man,
Yeah.
do they not afraid to blitz.
2 guys that time.
3. They had each edge and in the
Yeah,
middle.
yeah.
Whew. One of these times, though, it's going to bite him.
Yeah.
3:19 to go. Sam's been doing well, getting rid of the ball in time. Mayday's going to boom one this way. 3:19 to go. 14 all still. A stalemate here. Good snap. Angles right. No, maybe not. That one looked like it fluttered off the right side of his foot. And Brian's good for one of those every now and again. He can put a 60-yarder on you, or he can put one off the right side of his foot. Thankfully, it's more good than bad. I guess if you're going to kick 60-yarders every single time, you're probably playing over at University of Illinois or Wisconsin.
Roosevelt will start with 3:13 left in the third quarter. Still tied 14-14. Roosevelt jumped out to the 14-0 lead with 10:56 left to play in the second quarter. Then the Saints came back with a 4-play, 78-yard drive. Joey Tumulty, the 70-yard touchdown at 6:53. And then with 15 seconds left, Dan Getch capped off a 12-play, 87-yard march with a 17-yard pass from Sam Tumulty.
First down for Roosevelt after the non-punt return. Here's Budke to throw again. Rushing 3 is St. Francis. They flush him out of the pocket. Budke's going to run. Fires downfield. He's got a man open. He dropped it at the 35. He probably would have housed it, but he dropped it incomplete. Absolute gift for the Saints right there. Great job by Budke to keep his eyes downfield, but a dropped at least 40-yard pass could have been a touchdown.
I'll tell you what, that's about the 5th drop by this Laker team. I mean, a drop that they should have had.
That's Jacob Biddle, the tight end, who has 13 catches, was second on the team in catches coming into today. He'll get a couple pats on his back as the Lakers line up for second down. Whew. That is what you call a dodged bullet. Tenner will move to the left of Budke. 3 wide receivers, 2 right, 1 left. Budke, quick drop, screen pass left. Nice break up the sideline he goes. That's going to be a first down for Roosevelt up to the 49-yard line. A 19-yard wide receiver screen, and that's been their most successful offensive plays, getting the ball quickly to the outside and getting some blockers downfield.
And you start to see the field shift a little bit now.
Yep.
Whereas St. Francis had it early, now Roosevelt close to the 50-yard line at their own 47, 2:36 left to play, tied 14-all.
First down, they mark it at the 47 of Roosevelt here for the Lakers. Fullback and Tyler Tenner, the tailback, will move from left to right. They give to Tyler, inside run, no room at all. Nicely done inside by that defensive line. Loss of 2 on the play. Looks like Reeves was there among some others. Curtis Reeves, the redshirt freshman defensive lineman out of Walther Christian, getting some playing time with Michael Johnson unable to go. He'll come out of the game. Nice play, son. Go ahead and take a seat.
Michael Johnson is here at the stadium tonight on the far sideline. Not in uniform.
Second down and 11 after the loss of 1. Tight end goes right to wing left. Tenner, the right hip of Budke. Budke wants to throw. He will throw to Tenner out of the backfield. Head of steam, spun down at the St. Francis 42.
Should be a
first
43.
Down. Yeah, it looks like it's a first down from here, and it is. First down. Tyler Tenner didn't get the carry, but did get the reception. Tenner can catch it out of the backfield. Coming into the game today, 10 catches, 88 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Nice job by Budke. Looked downfield at a couple of his intended receivers, didn't see an opening, and then got Tenner out of the backfield for an 11-yard pickup, and Roosevelt back in St. Francis territory at the St. Francis 43.
First down, Lakers. St. Francis showing a bit of a blitz. Keemon Reese and Logan Johnson will back off. 40 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Just got it off.
Tenner, the carry, dragging a few Saints to the 40-yard line to pick up 3. Tyler Tenner had 188 yards and 3 touchdowns last week against the Bees of St. Ambrose.
Cameron Holman, Curtis Reeves on the stop that time after the 3-yard pickup by Tenner.
20 seconds to go in the third quarter. Roosevelt marching here. Second down and 7 at the St. Francis 40. St. Francis showing some blitz again. Now
might not get a play off here. They're not.
2-1, and that'll bring us to the end of quarter number 3. We'll take a 1-minute break. When we come back, the final 15. We're tied at 14. St. Francis and Roosevelt playing for their playoff lives here. We'll come back in just 1 minute. It's the USF Sports TV Network.
You're listening to WCSF 88.7 FM. Here's more music.
We welcome you into the Sports Saturday studios here at the 4th floor Tower Hall. Alex Melkars, Jake DiLorenzo, Scotty Batten here with you. Really quickly, the Saints and the Lakers still tied at 14. A tough turnover from Joey Tumulty and a long drive now for the Lakers as they set up shop just across midfield. What does the defense need to do here, Scotty? What do you want to see from them?
I mean, keep them out of the end zone for one. That would be extremely huge. I mean, get the ball back to our offense. Let our offense go to work. This has been an extremely long drive for that defense. Everybody's tired. Just need to come up with a few stops in a row, make them punt, get them on a 4th down stop, something. Get the offense the ball back. Let them take care of it from there.
Jake, very quickly, how does this ball game end? What do you see from this Fighting Saints team?
I mean, based off how we finished off the second half, I know we haven't seen a whole lot of offense, but I think that this team goes out there and they drive and they put the ball in the end zone. I think that that's what it has to be to win.
Well, gentlemen, back out to you. Let's see how this thing finishes out back in Arlington Heights.
Thank you, gentlemen. It is 2nd down and 7 for Roosevelt here with a fresh 15 on the clock. Flipping sides, Roosevelt right to left. Wind's really not a factor. Flags are calm. Here we go, 2nd down. Budke takes the snap. He's going to try to throw it across the middle and popped in the air, and a diving catch is made or not. Did they say it was made? No indication. I don't know if the officials know.
I think they're saying yes.
Yeah, they said it did. It was tipped in the air, and a Roosevelt receiver dove underneath it to make the grab. 1st down to the Saint 29. Sometimes the ball just has to bounce your way. Sam Tumulty breaking his career record in passing, by the way. 291 yards is where he sits at currently on 17 for 28 passing, 2 touchdowns and a pick. The pick really not his fault as the receiver fell down. Here we go, 1st down at the Saint 29. Defense going to need a stop here, 14-24. Tight end goes right. Turn, play action. They're going to try to throw it again. They're going to go into the end zone. It is lofted and incomplete. That
well
just fluttered in the air. Only one receiver went into a route, and there was no mystery to where he was throwing it. It fell, luckily for Roosevelt, incomplete. Trying for the home run there will bring up 2nd down and 10 at the 29-yard line of the Saints. Cano and Biddle back on as receiver and tight end, respectively. 14-13 to go in the game, just underway here in the 4th at Morris Field in Arlington Heights. Tenor on the right hip of Budke. 2 wideouts left, 1 right. Tight end is wing right here. Here comes a blitz from Reese. Can they get home? They don't. It's in the air and incomplete. It was batted at the line of scrimmage and fell incomplete. Couldn't tell who got a hand on it. It was either Pat Strozier or Keemon Reese, I believe.
Pass incomplete. Broken up by number 99.
Yep.
Pat Strozier.
Big defensive play by 99 for St. Francis.
He had a couple big sacks last week. 3 for the season.
3rd down and 10. They scored a touchdown on a 4th and 10 in the first half. 4 wide. Backfield is Tenor and Budke in the shotgun.
No blitz this time.
They're going to rush 3. Throwing. Post route. Complete inside the 15-yard line.
Wow.
Great route run and complete to Jarrell Calhoun, the senior wide receiver. Moves the chains and puts him inside the red zone again.
17-yard pickup. Roosevelt was 2 for 8 on 3rd downs prior to that reception. There were 4 Saint defenders right around him, but
Tenor
Carson Budke found him right in the middle of it.
Tenor the single back. Tight end motions right. Give to Tyler Tenor. Cuts it back in the middle of the field. Breaks through. Touchdown Lakers. Tyler Tenor, one of the most dangerous running backs in the country, and he just showed you why. Lakers take the lead.
10-play drive that time, Nick, and 5 of the plays were 10-plus yards. 70-yard march.
Hold down. Plenty of leg on the kick, and it's good. 21-14, 13-23 to go in the game. The question coming in was, would the loss to St. Xavier distract from what else you needed to do moving forward? It kind of looked like it in the beginning of the game. They figured some things out by the second quarter. Third quarter was a bit back and forth with no scoring. But now to start the fourth, a touchdown here by the Lakers, and now it's up to St. Francis. How can they respond?
Yeah, this will be the Saints' fourth offensive series. And they went 3 and out, and then got good yardage on the second drive before it was halted. And hopefully they can get back on track here with 13:23 left to play, trailing 21-14. Sort of the exact opposite of last week, when the Saints always took that 7-point lead against St. Xavier, and St. Xavier responded, and here Roosevelt had the early lead, and the Saints responded, and Roosevelt regains the lead here in the fourth quarter, and now the Saints will have to respond. See if they go short again, as they have all night long.
Dan Getch better get ready for another one.
Yeah.
Jared King also at the same level of the return team on the other side of the field.
Another pooch.
Right down the middle, but Joey Tumulty saw it coming and came up to the 25 to pick it up, and he's taken down at the 32. 7-yard return by the young Joey. And here comes his older brother Sam to try to answer the touchdown drive from Roosevelt. Roosevelt program started as Robert Morris before the two teams combined after the 2019 season, I believe.
Yeah, it's been about, I think this is the 4th year or 5th year.
Under head coach Jared Williamson, 13 years, 69 and 57.
Yeah, he started the program.
First down for Sam, looking left, downfield.
Wide open.
Drops it right into a window, but Joey dropped it. It was a perfect pass and incomplete.
Pass incomplete. Intended for number 80, Joey Tumulty.
Oh, Joey doesn't drop a lot of those. A beautiful ball by Sam down the sideline, dropped it right in between the two defenders, right where Joey was, and it's incomplete. Second down. Joey motions right to left. He's got to forget about that one. Looking left, nothing there. Down goes Sam Tumulty.
And there's a late hit. Late hit. Yep.
Yeah, he was down, and an extra hit came in at the end. That's going to give new life for St. Francis. Two unfortunate plays for the Saints, but a penalty will bail them out.
Yeah, they'll get a fresh set of downs.
Justin Alokin, the senior linebacker.
Near side crowd doesn't like it.
Yeah, it looked pretty clear from up here. First down for the Saints. They'll move the ball up to the 37-yard line after the penalty. James Williams in the game. He's on the right hip of Tumulty. Keenan Haley on the left. 3 wide receivers. I like Dezion Jordan. Single coverage here. No safety help. Cornerback backs off. Here comes the blitz again. They run right down the middle for Williams. Nice tough run up to the 40, but it's only 2 yards. Whew, the blitzing by Roosevelt coming hot and heavy.
Non-stop this half.
Number 24, James Williams with carry.
Second down and 8. So actually they only give him 1 yard. So second down and 9 to the 38-yard line.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that spot.
It looked like he pushed the pile up
right
a little bit, but second and 9. 12-13 to go in the game. Saints trailed by a touchdown. Snap to Sam. Screen pass out to Haley. Did not make anybody miss there, and he was just escorted out of bounds after a gain of 1 to the 39. So 3rd and 8, big third down coming up here for the Saints. Still plenty of time, 12 minutes, but you kind of don't want to give Roosevelt any more opportunities than you need to. The only real, well, I guess they've had chunk plays, but the big play was Joey Tumulty, 70 yards, with a majority of those after the catch, after contact even. 3rd down and 8, blitz being shown. Why wouldn't they bring it now? No, they're only going to rush 3. Down the middle of the field.
Wow.
Caught by Tumulty in traffic.
What a catch.
Holy smokes, the freshman. After a drop 2 plays ago, they go to him again in traffic. He leaps over the defender to make an unbelievable catch. Joey Tumulty moves the chains for the Saints into Roosevelt territory on 3rd and 8.
17-yard pickup, and the Saints in Roosevelt territory at the Roosevelt 43, just under 11 minutes to play. The Saints trailing 21-14.
These Tumulty kids. Keenan Haley to the outside left. Flag comes in, that's going to come back. Imagine that's in the spot of a holding. The gain was only about 1 yard anyway.
Might be on them.
You see Sam?
Yep.
Oh, another big 15-yard penalty on Roosevelt on this drive.
It's 2. Coming into this quarter, Roosevelt just 3 penalties for 13 yards. Been pretty much a penalty-free game. Saints had 4 for 38, but 2 big ones here for 30 yards now for Roosevelt.
Coming into the game, Roosevelt penalized 37 times compared to 29 for St. Francis. First down for the Saints, and they push it inside the 30. It's at the 27 after the face mask penalty. Sam in the shotgun. Joey and Dezion here, wide side right. Rushing 4. Sam, time, looking end zone for Jordan. Over the shoulder, and he caught it. Touchdown, Dezion Jordan. A huge strike.
Hey.
27 yards. We're going to have a tie game once Brian Mayday puts this one through.
His average catch, 27-yard touchdown.
Wow. It was a 27. Is that what his average was? And it's a 27-yard touchdown.
Yeah, his
Holy
average,
cow.
I think, coming into today was 26.9, and he's got one of 27 and one of 29 and another one of 9.
Mayday nails this one through the uprights. Folks, we got ourselves a ball game here under the lights in Arlington Heights. 21 all, 10:24 to go in the game. And that drive was a gift from the Lakers with 2 huge penalties extending the drive. A late hit penalty and a face mask penalty.
Yeah, 6 plays for 68 yards. 6 regular plays and then the 2 penalty plays. 68 total yards, but 30 of them on penalties.
Yeah, that's a good stat to point out. Nearly
Almost
half the yards.
3-minute drive, 2:55.
All right, defense needs to make a stop now.
Sam Tumulty is about 330-some yards now, 340 maybe.
The passing record for a game is in the 500s.
Here's the kickoff, a low squib kick.
The up men will return.
Ball
comes out!
Saints ball!
I don't know.
Saints ball?
I have no idea who jumped on it. The ball did come out, but I have no idea who has it at the bottom of that pile. That's why you kick it to those up backs.
I think it's going to be Roosevelt ball.
Yep.
Scrum.
Well, Dezion Jordan doesn't look like he's in great shape right now as he limps off the field.
There's a man down. Is that for St. Francis or Roosevelt?
Recovered by the Lakers. A bullet dodge there for RU.
There's a man down, and I think it's a St. Francis player. Can't tell who it is.
And Dezion Jordan had to hobble off the field after that as well. Looks like he's just getting stretched out, whoever it is. Another cramping situation. Coach Curry out to talk to the officials like, wait a minute. Still can't tell who the Saint down on the field is there on the kickoff return. 10-13 to go. We're tied at 21. I knew we'd have a good game, but, man, this is a good one. We got ourselves a
Is that
battle.
Dezion? Yeah, it looks like it's Dezion, right?
On the ground? No, Dezion had to limp off. Yeah.
Tavion Wells.
Tavion's played a nice DB today. He'll walk off under his own power. It looks like he just cramped up.
Well, here we go.
First down, 10-13 to go. Laker ball at their own 33. Tight end goes from the right to the left. Tenor, the tailback in the pistol formation this time. He'll get the handoff. Scott Tumulty wraps him up.
Everybody's asking for his face mask.
His arm was around his face mask, that's for sure. I don't know if he actually grabbed it, but his arm was around the helmet.
1 yard pickup.
Some of the players are like throwing towels as if they're flags, like this is how it works.
Yeah, everybody wants to be an official.
Gain of 1 by Tenor.
Even though there's a shortage of officials, everybody wants to be an official.
Yeah, it's funny how that works, isn't it? Second down and 9 after the Tenor carry. Scott Tumulty tackle. Tenor will move to the left side of Budke. Budke's going to throw. Screen pass. Good blocking out in front. This is trouble.
Uh-oh.
Past the 45. Cut back to the numbers inside the 40. Big screen pass again. It was ended by Keemon Reese. Calhoun, I believe.
30-yard pickup, Nick.
Yep. Nope, that was 19 Ethan Cano, the junior out of DeKalb. Screen passes have been the most effective way that Roosevelt has moved the ball today. And another big gainer there to flip the field at the Saint 37. 9:02 to go, and the Lakers are threatening again. Tie game. Same formation. Tight end left. Hand off to Tenor. He's got a head of steam past the 30 to the 25. Mabudis hits him out of bounds at the 20. That's an 18-yard carry by Tyler Tenor to put him at the edge of the red zone.
Pushed out of bounds by number 9, Nick Mabudis.
Ball put at the 21-yard line.
15-yard pickup. 2 plays, 30 and 15, Nick.
All right, bend, but try not to break here. Or if you are going to break, let them score early and quick. 2 wideouts right, 1 left, tight end left, Tenor right hip of Budke. Gave to Tenor again. Here comes a flag. Tenor rolls over past the 15 and another flag. It appears to be 2 different penalties. Oh, no, they're going to move that second flag. So, yeah, the flag thrown on the same penalty.
Yeah, Mabudis got taken inside that time, and that enabled Tenor to get outside and pick up the extra yardage. But I think that's where the penalty is going to come in. Might have been held.
As you can hear, block in the back. We have a 10-yard penalty, so instead of a 8-yard carry, they're going to mark it all the way back to the 30 as the penalty happened at the 20-yard line. Penalty, 3 straight.
That's a big play.
Yeah, 3 straight tough penalties for Roosevelt here.
You're driving, and then all of a sudden it's goes from 1st and 10 to 1st and 20, and now you got to change your offensive setup.
Budke under center, single back is Tenor, tight end right. Blitz shown, Keemon Reese is going to come. He's racing after the quarterback.
There he is.
He got to him, but rolled out. Bucky's still looking. He did not get rid of it, and down he goes. A loss of 4. That is a coverage sack if I've ever seen one. I'm not sure who got home first, but it's going to go down as a sack. Keemon Reese putting the pressure on him.
As a quarterback, you just got to get rid of that ball.
How does he not throw it?
Yeah, once you get hit the first time, and you've had as long as you've had, you got to get rid of that ball.
You got to give up on that
because now
play.
you've almost taken yourself out of field goal range if you didn't before on the 10-yard block in the back penalty.
Line of scrimmage now the 34 here on 2nd down and 23.
7 minutes left to play in the contest, tied at 21.
Tight end motion left. Tenor in the backfield with Budke. He's got to throw, screens it. Or actually a shallow crossing route to that tight end. Huge collision at the 35. Jalen Cooper running into Biddle. The gain is minimal at 3 yards, so 3rd down and a long way to go.
And still, you got to get 2 stops.
Yep.
I don't think they'll be punting, although they did punt from around this area before.
Yeah, we talked about their field goal kicker, only 2 for 3, so not many opportunities. Three wideouts, 1 left, 2 right, ball left hash. Tenor in the backfield with Budke. Tight end Biddle moves to the left. Snap back to Biddle. He wants to throw it. Here comes pressure. Inside screen, but the 2 Lakers ran into each other and incomplete. They had an opportunity there. Tyler Tenor was the intended receiver, but he ran over the offensive lineman, Gus Kernich.
Yeah, the longest.
4th down.
The longest field goal has been 28 yards for Roosevelt. And right now, I tell you, you got to keep your eye on Keontae Nixon if he's in. He's come up with some big catches. There he is, far side.
Keontae Nixon, number 12, will be the wide out right, out toward the boundary. 3 wide receivers on the right side. 4th down and 22. The secondary is going to have to come up big again. Let's see if the defensive line can get some pressure. Flag comes in. It's a delay of game. They're going to make it that much harder. 5 more yards.
And now they're going to put the punting unit out there. Good decision.
Yeah, Jared Williamson. Was I wrong with 13 years or 14-year head coach?
Yeah, he started the program here. He was, I believe, an offensive coordinator at Illinois Wesleyan before he took the position at Robert Morris, which combined with Roosevelt.
Yes, he was. Coach of the Year a couple of times in 2012, 2016. Played quarterback.
Oh, yes!
It's blocked by Keemon Reese. Keemon Reese blocks it and picks it up at the 45. And there's a return. Keemon Reese to the 40-yard line.
Oh, my goodness.
And that is a huge play from Keemon Reese on special teams.
Wow. I mean, not only did he block the ball and then move forward, he had to stop in his tracks, come back, pick up the ball, and then pick up about 15 yards.
They mark it down to the 37-yard line, and the Saints are in business with 6:01 to go.
First block of the season for the Saints. Couldn't come at a better time.
Wow.
They got to finish it off here now.
Can you finish a game? 6:01 to go. We're tied at 21. Saints have it at the Roosevelt 37-yard line. Here we go. Tumulty in the gun. Haley goes to his right side.
Best field position of the
best starting position.
Yeah, of the day for the Saints of the night.
Joey Tumulty motions to the right. He'll wheel up the sideline. Throw to the right. Joey Tumulty dives and makes the grab. He looks like he caught it, but he might have landed out of bounds. Or looked like he caught it from here.
Pass incomplete out of bounds. Intended for
Must have not had a foot in bounds, I guess. Did it come out on when he hit the ground? Our spotter says it came loose when he made contact with the ground. Incomplete. 2nd down and 10. That was a little bit tall there for Joey to come down with it cleanly. 2 wideouts left, 1 right. Dan gets the tight end right. Sam takes the snap, gives it to Keenan. No gain. I don't know if that play's worked all year. That is a tough one for Keenan Haley to run.
third down play here.
Third and lost of one.
Saints coming into this quarter were 3 of 7 on third downs.
Third down conversion is 24 for 65.
Yeah, pretty average, about 36%, right?
Yep. I mean, I don't know. I don't do math.
It's about,
sounds about
the
right.
average across football at any level.
Yeah. 5:14, clock's winding down. We're tied at 21. Third and 11. Here comes the blitz. Picked up by Keenan. Sam steps up. He's going to try to take it himself. Sam Tumulty, just a huge collision, but picks up the first down. And I'll be honest, I'm a little worried about Sam after that hit. A huge run. He needed 11, and he got 13, and he put a hit on the safety.
Yeah, and the safety hit. They smashed heads with their helmets.
With the way he fell, made me a bit concerned.
13-yard pickup. Saints ball at the Roosevelt 25.
We haven't seen Sam Tumulty run the ball all game long, and he just picked up the biggest third down of the game.
Yeah, he had 7 carries for -4 yards going into this fourth quarter.
Fearless run by Tumulty. He'll hand off inside to Haley, and there's nothing there.
James Williams.
I'm sorry. I keep getting them mixed up.
Yeah, they're both about the same size, and
both wear similar numbers.
Yeah.
I think James is a bit taller than Keenan, right?
Yeah, let's see. We got James 5'10", 205. Keenan 5'11", 195.
I'm looking at it, and I don't know if I believe you. You say so. 3:48, clock's winding, loss of 1 on the play. 2nd and 11, ball at the 26-yard line of Roosevelt. See if they dial up a blitz again. Ooh, a little hand signal there from the guard. Snap back to Sam. Has to hurry, throws right down the middle of the field, and injury there. Was there some collision then?
Sam might have got hit. Did he get hit in the hand with the helmet?
Joey Tumulty.
I'm sorry, yeah Joey.
So I'm saying there was a lot of contact before the ball arrived and kind of made him pull up in some pain.
He actually was playing defense on that play, to be honest with you.
Brings up third down again. Are we in Brian Mayday field goal range? The wind is starting to kick up a bit.
I think you got to get at least another 5 to 6 yards, to be honest with you. Right now it would be a 43-yard field goal.
That's in his range. Not comfortable range, but he can kick it that far. Here we go. Big 3rd and 11 play. Last time Sam picked it up with his legs. Here he is through the air to the right side and incomplete, looking for Dezion Jordan. It was an underthrown ball. 4th down in decision time for Coach Curry and Matt McCarthy. Do you go for the lead or do you go to try to get the first down here on 4th down? Here comes Brian Mayday.
Yeah, Mayday 2 of 5 on the season. 0 for 1 between 20 and 29. 2 for 2 between 30 and 39. And 0 for 1 between 40 and 49. He missed from 45 at Lawrence Tech.
This will be a 43-yard try. Left hash, a bit of a breeze left to right. Jalen Cooper, the holder. Good snap, hold down. Got the leg, plenty of leg. Is it through? It is! Mayday hits from 43 yards to give the Saints the 3-point lead with 3:20 to go. The biggest kick he's had this year, easily.
And I think that kick might have blown the top off the 4th floor of the Tower Hall, because isn't that what Alex Milcars was talking about in the pregame? Brian Mayday being the key man, and he just came up clutch. 43-yard field goal. Now it's up to the defense. Here we go.
Can they stop him? Can they stop Tyler Tenner? Can Roosevelt cinch up on their penalties to give themselves a chance? Penalties have shot them in the foot their last drive. Oh, don't go anywhere. Exciting 3 minutes and 20 seconds coming up here.
I'll tell you what, the last 2 weeks, I mean, it has been nonstop, right? I mean, from beginning to end of the last 2 games, the momentum shifts back and forth. The games are tight. Saints would love to come out with a Saturday night victory here in Arlington Heights.
What a kick from Brian. He needed that one. Brian kicks off. Line drive squib kick right into the hands of the guy who put it. He fumbled it last time and decides to run to the 30-yard line and put his knee in the turf. Smart move. His offense will have 70 yards to go for a touchdown, chasing a 3-point Saint lead.
And we talked about Roosevelt's field goal kicker. He's got 2 field goals as well, 2 and 3 attempts. His longest this season, 28 yards.
Here come the Lakers breaking their huddle with 3:16 to go. Saints defense on the field, ready to roll.
How about a late Jalen Cooper pick like he did against
Taylor,
Lawrence Tech, and Taylor?
And Taylor, yeah. Someone will get one. Nick Mabutis hasn't had one all year long. He's due. Butke in the shotgun. He's going to want to throw it here. Rushing 3. Butke checks it down to Tenner. He'll race to the edge and pick up a first down, about 12. That's exactly what Roosevelt wants.
I tell you what, that's been a very successful play for them. We saw it back in the third quarter. Tenner just coming out, picking up about, what did he get, 13 that play.
Yep, up to the 43-yard line. Clock winding, 2:46 to go. Roosevelt trying to win the game.
Lakers have 2 timeouts remaining. Saints have all 3.
Saints with 3 defensive backs. Butke looking left, nothing there. It goes back right, wide open at the 41-yard line, and a strike for a first down into Saints territory. Nick Mabutis gave him way too much space. Keontae Nixon.
Yeah, there was about a 7-yard gap there. And really, Keontae.
Why didn't they stop the clock?
He went out of bounds.
Yeah, why didn't they?
There was no tackle.
No.
I mean, but he just
Was he
stepped
going
out of
backward?
bounds. You know, he just went out of
Yeah.
bounds, so it's stoppage.
It
Clock
should, right?
stoppage. No, it should.
Oh, okay. Here comes a blitz from St. Francis. Pass down the middle. It's caught right down the seam, and the race is on to the 10-yard line, inside the 10. First and goal, Lakers. It's Biddle. Jacob Biddle making up for the big drop earlier. Gets the Lakers inside the 10. First and goal, under 2 minutes to go. Now they're really going to take their time. Roosevelt
I think it was
huddling
about
up here.
36-yard pickup, Nick.
Defense very soft on this drive. I formation, Tyler Tenner, the tailback, and he is dangerous in this situation. The turn, the give to Tenner. He's going to go to the outside to the 5, spun down at the 3. First down, or second down and goal.
Clock running.
Logan Johnson incensed with some of his teammates here.
You almost think the Saints should call
let him-
timeout here.
Yep, they did, I think. Someone did. 1:14 to go. Saints are winning by 3, but it's second and goal for Roosevelt with 1:14 to go in the game. They add a few seconds on to that. Oh, the close games for St. Francis have been tough here at the end.
Yeah, Lawrence Tech last week against St. Xavier, and now here tonight against Roosevelt.
Next week, St. Francis back at home to take on Judson, then on the road to Davenport for St. Ambrose before they finish up with Olivet Nazarene to end their home schedule. On the road to Judson to finish the year.
You're sort of in a tough spot. You got second down, 3 to go. Defense has played tough, especially close to the line of scrimmage, or deep in their own territory. But Roosevelt, very good conversion rate. Inside the red zone.
With one of the best running backs in the nation here as the tailback in the eye. Tight end goes left. They hand it to Tenner. Submarine, but he stays on his feet somehow. Touchdown.
Yeah, the Saints thought he might have been down, got his knee down back around the 4, but it looked like he did stay up and scores the touchdown. Tell you what, it's probably better that he scored now. Gives the Saints 72 seconds instead of less than a minute.
The ability from Tyler Tenner to stay on his feet and just not go down on the first hit ever is spectacular. Extra point is good. 28-24, St. Francis needs a touchdown, and they have 72 seconds to do it. Whew, what a game.
5 plays, 70 yards, Nick, less than 2 minutes. And, we talked about the pressure that Roosevelt brought the entire second half. There's no doubt they're going to continue it here in the last 72 seconds.
You know Sam's got to throw it. You know they got to protect him. And you know they're going to blitz. And the blitz has been an issue. It's been a problem.
And a field goal does no good right now. The Saints trailing by 4 points, 28-24.
Expect a low squib kick again.
Yep.
Joey and Scott bat to return it.
Yeah, they come up a little bit here. They're at the 20-yard line. Usually they're back at about the 5 or 10. But again, Roosevelt has kicked the ball short all night long.
Use a nice little Logan Johnson kickoff return here. Is he back there? No, Dan Getch. Oh, they're going to give Joey a chance here from the 15-yard line. I like those odds. Down at the 25. Nice coverage by the Lakers. Tackled by Justin Olokin, the senior out of Hazel Crest. One of the 5 players on the starting defense for Roosevelt from Homewood Flossmoor. They like to recruit HF. You can tell the energy in the stadium just by listening to the crowd right now. 66 seconds to go. Saints need to go 75 yards to score to win the game. Dezion and Joey right. Tight end. Nope, they got just Williams and Haley in the backfield. Sam takes a snap. They're not blitzing. They're rushing 3. Sam on the roll. Fires to Jordan. They gave him a lot of room. He'll get out of bounds. No, he'll stay inbounds at the 30. Cuts it back inside. Finally put down at the 36. 55 seconds to go and counting. They need to hurry. It's a first down for St. Francis. They need to hurry. Timeout called by Coach Curry.
Saints have, looks like 2 timeouts left. It'll be 1 now.
Oh, they didn't call a timeout. I'm sorry. They didn't call a timeout. Thought I heard a whistle. First down here. Sam takes the snap. They're only rushing 4 again. Back to the right side. It is batted down, incomplete.
Good coverage that time.
Yes, sir. Knocked down by Joey Mayhop. 35 seconds to go. Second down and 10. St. Francis at their own 37. With a win here for the Lakers, they're looking to get into the top 25. See if they bring any extra. No, they don't. They just got all DBs out there. Second down and 10. They'll rush 4. Sam drops, steps in the pocket, fires right. Dan Getch with the diving catch. Did he come up with it? He did, right near midfield. What a catch by Dan Getch. Moves the chains. Ball's at midfield. 30 seconds to go. When do they take their shot? One more chunk play. 4 wide receivers. Haley in there to protect. Snap back to Sam. Looking, nothing there. He'll fire, and it is.
They're saying it complete.
They think complete.
Timeout.
Yep. Complete to Hartsfield. He picks up 6. 23 seconds to go. Ball over to the 45-yard line.
Saints with, I believe, 1 timeout left after this.
Somebody during the pregame mentioned the cardiac Bernies. Here we are. 23 seconds to go. Saints trailing by 4. The Roosevelt defense being a bit soft, as a defense typically is in this situation, giving up the shorter passes, not allowing the longer ones. So the Saints able to move the chains. But it's going to tighten up the closer you get to the end zone. 23 seconds to go. They can hardly contain themselves up here in the booth. Where else would you rather be?
That's right.
Both teams taking their time in their huddles. It's kind of interesting when you compare Joe Curry with Jared Williamson, both in control of their programs for 12, 13 years, similar records.
Yep.
These programs almost mirror images of each other. Here we go, 2nd down and 4. 4 wide receivers again. Sam, a hard count. Nobody moves, there's the snap. Looking. Sam's going to roll left. Still looking. Flips it out of bounds. Living to play another down. 3rd down. 16 seconds to go. I don't think you can afford another one of those.
You almost have to cut the field in half. You're at around the 50. Got to get a reception to about the 25.
Like you said, you do have one more timeout, so you can throw toward the middle if you have to. One timeout, 16 seconds to go. Saints trail by 4. They're at the Roosevelt 44.
Just a 3-man rush for Roosevelt.
Snap to Sam. Looking. Fires down the middle of the field. Incomplete to Haley. Here we go. 4th down. You still can get a first.
Yeah, you got about 2 plays left, Nick.
Yep.
And they got to be quick plays. At least the first one does.
Here we go, 4th down, 11 seconds to go. They can get a first, and they do have a timeout. The snap, the rush, the throw left, complete to Jordan, and out of bounds to move the chains to the 37. 8 seconds to go. That took 3 seconds off the clock. You got to start taking shots here.
Yeah, you're almost close to about 1 play.
8
especially
seconds.
if you go to the end zone on this play. This might be the last
one.
one.
Just give yourself a chance. That's all I ask. Here we go.
Timeout. Roosevelt.
Hail Mary?
I'm not sure.
Not yet? Or just not your favorite play?
I think Roosevelt's going to play deep. So if you can, maybe you go a little bit shorter and get 2 plays.
You try to go for 2 plays?
Yeah.
Oh, man. The meaning of the game can't be overstated when your goal is the playoffs. A loss here for St. Francis surely drops them out of the top 20. Maybe the top 25. Yep. Roosevelt will catapult into it and be in the running for playoffs because they got all the big teams still ahead of them. Let's not worry about that yet, though. We got 8 seconds to go here in Arlington Heights. Saints trail by 4, 28-24. 8 seconds to go. Saints have it at the 37. 4 wide receivers. Protection in there for Sam. There's the snap. Down the middle of the field, it is batted and incomplete. 3 seconds to go. 2 seconds to go. Now you got one more play. Looking for Joey on the pass. Now they just put everyone in the end zone, I would assume.
Yep.
And don't, if you're Roosevelt, don't foul. Don't commit a penalty.
That's why it makes it a little bit more difficult. If you would have got about 15, 20 yards, it's a little bit easier to get a shorter pass.
Yeah, I would have liked a nice 27-yard play because you know who to go to if you got a 27-yard play. You just go throw it to Dezion Jordan and he'll make the catch. St. Francis taking their time. Did they burn their last time out? Yes, they do. With 2 seconds to go, we'll have one play to find out who's going to win and who's going to lose.
What a night, huh?
Yeah. It's NAI football, man. That's what it's all about. And you shouldn't be surprised that this game is so close. You shouldn't be surprised if Roosevelt wins. They've been a quality program, and records do not mean as much as your strength of schedule does. Because when you look at the teams that Roosevelt has lost to, the Division III defending national champions, Indiana Wesleyan, a team who will vie for this year's championship. They beat the teams they should have beat with Siena Heights and Madonna and Ambrose. Their only losses were to the cream of the crop.
Yep.
Same thing with St. Xavier. Teams back on the field for the final play. Uh-oh. A little trickery here. Oh, never mind. I thought Sam was going out the... like, what's going on here? All right, Sam takes a spot. He'll be in the shotgun. Timeout by Roosevelt. They're going to talk it over.
It'll be the Lakers' last timeout.
No more timeouts for anybody.
You know, while we've got this opportunity, Nick, you know the story. It's really great to see Jared Williamson on the near sideline here. Battled last year. He got into a serious car accident late. He was coming back. He had a game one day, and a lot of times the coaches, you know, stay afterwards to prep for the following week to give themselves Sunday off. Got hit by a driver. I believe it was a drunk driver. I'm not sure. Was in the hospital for a very long time. He's on the sidelines now. He's been on the sidelines the whole year. And, you know, he's got the headphones on.
Yep.
He's, you know, on crutches every game, the whole game. But it really is an inspiration to see him on the near sideline for Roosevelt.
Yep. Yep, great program they got going on here. All right, now let's go ahead and do it. They don't have as many guys back as I thought. They got one center fielder back at the 5-yard line, a couple more DBs.
The defensive coordinator is sending a couple more back now.
There we go. Okay, Tumulty in the gun. Dezion Jordan wide left. Joey Tumulty slot left. 4 wide receivers. Here we go. There's the snap. Good one. Good protection. Sam lets it fly left. It's well short. Incomplete. Ball game over. Roosevelt defends their home field in what turned out to be a pretty wild game, especially with the way it started. But here at the end, St. Francis took the lead on a 43-yard. Bryan made a field goal, but Roosevelt came on the next drive and put it in the end zone. St. Francis could not match that drive, falling with an incomplete pass here on the last play. Final is 28-24. Heartbreaker.
Yeah.
Again.
Indeed. And you know what? I believe that I know the Saints knew this coming in. It wasn't going to be an easy game. It was a must-win situation. They wanted to recover from last week, and they gave it all they had. You know, they got down a little bit early. At the end of the day, maybe you go back and look at that first series. They got down to the 1-yard line and couldn't convert. That was a big play. And then, obviously, Roosevelt coming down after Brian Mayday's big 43-yard field goal. Roosevelt marches down the field in, 7 plays, I think it was. Picks up a big 36-yard pass play. It was actually 5 plays, 70 yards. But the big 36-yard pass play over the middle, and now the Saints have to pick themselves up off the ground again and hopefully finish this thing off.
Taking a look at some of the final numbers for St. Francis. Not a lot on the rushing front. St. Francis only 25 carries for 51 yards. Although through the air, they put up 375. which is certainly most for this season. Sam Tumulty, obviously all 375. That is a new career best in passing yardages for him. He was 24 for 44 for 375 and 3 touchdowns. He was sacked 3 times through 1 interception. Joey Tumulty, 296 receiving yards with 1 touchdown as well. Not quite a program record, but that one would be in the top 5.
Yeah, some good numbers, but at the end of the day, the only number that matters is the final score on the board here at Morris Field, and that reads Lakers 28, Saints 24.
Tyler Tenner ran it 27 times for 108 yards and 3 touchdowns. We knew he was going to be a load coming in, and he certainly was. Carson Butke, 21 for 37 for 254 and a touchdown.
And I think one of the keys, too, we talked about this at halftime, and the Saints were able to overcome it. The second half, the Saints had an 11-minute deficit in time of possession, and I really think it affected the defense in that second half, especially the fourth quarter.
Especially that last drive, that the Lakers came down and scored on for sure. That's a factor. Can't get off the field. That's going to play a factor in the end of the game. But tough-fought game. Lakers exactly as tough as we thought they were going to be, and they walk away with another one-score victory here, 28-24. Dave, it was a fun one. Safe travels back home down to Joliet. We'll pass it back along to WCSF and Alex and Jake down at the studio for your Sports Saturday post-game show. Again, your final up in Arlington Heights. Saints falling a close one, 28-24. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody. Good night.
Thank you, Nick and Dave. Saints drop a heartbreaker 28-24 to Roosevelt out in Arlington Heights. We're going to pause for station identification and a quick break. You're listening to WCSF Joliet 88.7 FM.
The Encounter is online. Read up on all things Fighting Saints and USF at usfencounter.stfrancis.edu. Stay tuned throughout the game for the Sports Saturday halftime and postgame shows hosted by Matthias Warner, right here on Saints Radio WCSF. This is the Sports Saturday postgame show with your host, Matthias Warner.
A heartbreaker. The second week in a row, you're in position to win a football game, and you just can't do it. Alex Melkars, Jake DiLorenzo, Scotty Batten here on the Sports Saturday postgame show, WCSF Joliet 88.7 FM. The Fighting Saints just cannot get the job done in Arlington Heights. Brian Mayday kicks the 40-plus yard field goal. Vibes are high. And once again, Roosevelt just marches right down the field. The defense couldn't get it done in the big moment. Could not get that defense from the second quarter that came up so huge and allowed us back into this game in the first place.
3 minutes and 20 seconds left in the game, and you're telling me that a defense can't put together you almost kind of have to think of it as this is like
that we're playing for our season.
That's the game. That's the game.
It's the season.
You
2 losses now. You're asking for a whole lot of help to get into this playoff structure.
You can't just go in with the same game plan that you had the first 3 quarters of football.
No adjustments were made
with a running back that talented that was constantly picking you apart. He had 108 yards on the ground, 3 touchdowns, and you're telling me that you couldn't for that last drive just say, all right, here's the game plan for this. This is what we're going to. No, you couldn't do it. You couldn't do it. And I don't know. It's just whole lot of emotions.
I'm devastated. Obviously, Scotty, I'm not on the ball club like you are. You've got a whole different point of view about this. What do you got to say to those guys right now that are walking off the field? They obviously haven't tuned in quite yet, but they might later.
That's a tough loss. You can't be too disappointed. That's a really good ball club. That, every year we battle. It could go either way. But one thing I do have to say is I feel like our defense was very uncharacteristic tonight.
Okay.
Looking at the stats here, 1 tackle for loss. That was the Jalen Cooper tackle in the second quarter, I believe.
Yeah, in the second quarter.
Having Mike Johnson not being able to play, it's a huge hit, but we still have other guys that can make plays. I feel like we weren't getting enough pressure. And then on the back half, our DBs struggled all night long.
Mm-hmm.
We came in expecting heavy run, but Carson Butke threw the ball well, 254 yards through the air, only sacked one time. Our
no
defense,
pressure.
Exactly.
The front seven did not do its job. And we talked about it in the pregame show, Jake. The front seven had to do its job tonight, had to force him to get the ball out quick, had to put Tenor into uncomfortable situations, and it just didn't happen. One tackle for loss, and it wasn't even Tenor. It was a wide receiver screen that we sniffed out.
I mean, it's just tough. It's because you got all this talent on the D-line. I was talking about him in the pregame show. You got Pat Strosha, right, who is coming from a Division I school in Drake.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been making noise in the backfield every single game that we've had so far. And just to kind of see him as a I don't want to make it sound bad, but as a non-factor in this game, it's tough to win a ball game when you're
I don't think we heard his name.
When your best players on, each sides of the ball aren't doing their thing. And and it's heartbreaking, I think, is the word that is appropriate for this.
We can't be all doom and gloom here. There were some very bright spots, specifically Sam Tumulty, 24 of 44 passing. He did have one interception, but he threw for 375 yards, by far a career high, 3 touchdowns. Joe Tumulty, a career high, a top 5 performance in St. Francis history, 8 receptions, 196 yards, 1 touchdown.
I mean, we've been asking all year for Sam to
air it out,
to step up and air it out, and he did. I mean, and at the end of the day, it comes down to, like Scotty said, an uncharacteristic day from the defense. And this was not them. This is not the defense that we saw the first 4 weeks of the season. This is a defense that looks like it's on its heels a bit, and they have to be able to respond. That's just what it comes down to.
And next week, I hate to say this, Judson is a football game that you can have a bad day and still win. They are not a high-quality football team like Roosevelt, like St. Xavier, like Olivet Nazarene. After that, you have St. Ambrose. The Saints aren't going to be truly challenged again until Olivet Nazarene for the last home game of the season.
So what adjustments? I mean, what adjustments need to be made?
My point is, you have to be self-motivated this week to perfect everything. Because you can make mistakes against Judson and get away with it. You're not going to be able to against Olivet. That is a must-win football game if you want any chance in the world of even being looked at by the committee to get in the top 8 in the ARC and to stay in the top 25. Because this loss will more than likely drop us out of the top 25. And if it doesn't, we're going to be sitting 23, 24, 25 in that area because Roosevelt's coming for our spot.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
A loss for words, I think, is what I'm at right now. I mean, it's kind of like beating a dead horse or whatever the saying is. I don't know.
That's the saying.
We're constantly going over the same things, but like you said,
we just want
the
change.
motivation. The motivation,
yes.
It has to be there. And we saw it today a little bit with the play calling and the offense. Sam did not run as much, which could still be in,
he's still feeling the knee a little bit.
Exactly, but it's nice to be able to see him actually air the ball out and be able to see the pass game working.
But because Sam isn't running, that doesn't mean the entire rushing game goes away.
Yeah.
I mean, there was just no run game today from the Fighting Saints. Their highest rusher was 38 yards from Keenan Haley. He had 9 carries. Gavin Day, 3 carries for 10 yards. Sam Tumulty carried it 11 times for 3 total yards. James Williams, 2 carries for a net of 0. I mean, it just cannot happen.
I mean, we were talking about it at the pregame show, too. You have to be able to run the ball effectively to truly open up an offense. Like, you can talk about opening up the passing game as its own thing, but to be able to get to the passing game, you got to be able to run the ball. And that's what was so great about this offense the first, was it 3-4
3 weeks? Yeah.
First 3 weeks of the year was that we were pounding the rock. I mean, we're talking about 150 plus yards week after week after week. And then you hit St. X, roadblock. I mean, not really
not
a roadblock, but
it's not like we played poorly against St. X. We just didn't come up with the big play when it mattered.
Yeah.
This week, the score is just as close. The loss is just as heartbreaking. And I think we played worse. I think we played worse, at least defensively. The offense came out and did its job for the most part. It was the outside difference being the inability to take care of the football.
Yeah.
2 turnovers cannot happen. And if it does happen, the defense has to pick us up, and it just didn't happen. Tenor ate us alive.
I mean, especially coming from your best offensive players, too. I mean, I don't want to say the best, but like the most productive offensive players. Obviously, Sam throwing the pick, but Joey, I mean, fumbles can't happen.
He's a young kid. He's a freshman. Those mistakes are going to happen, but it came at such a crucial time is, I think, what's so backbreaking about it. Scotty, I know there's something on your mind right now.
Still very uncharacteristic like for this defense, man. I mean, I see it every single day. Like, I go to war with these guys every single week. And this is not what we expected at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, through the past 2 years, we have let up a total of 3 points. 1 field goal. We've kept them out of the end zone.
Yep.
And at least from the defense perspective this week, we felt like we were a physically dominant team, and I didn't see it this week.
And again, I think that starts with the front seven. No Michael Johnson is a huge loss for this defense, a huge loss. And you said it, Scotty, we have guys that can step up into that role, but nobody has the experience that he does in that front seven. Nobody has that football IQ that he does in that front seven. I mean, the guy can just take down 2 linemen, 1 in each arm, and get to the quarterback, get to the running back, close up the A and B gaps. I mean, nobody does it like he does on the interior. And it's just such a tough loss to take for us.
I think it basically comes down to losing and I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say this, a game-changing player.
No, he is elite. He is a defensive player of the year caliber guy, and not having him on your 11 out on the field every snap is a huge loss.
No, I mean, not having your X factor is definitely, I mean, it'll hurt a defense.
Yeah.
It will. But pass game, defensively, I didn't think it was awful. What did you say? 250 we gave up?
254.
Okay, 254. I mean, it's not horrible. I don't think that's
it's not great. It's not bad either.
No, it's right in the middle. But the takeaway, I mean,
the stops didn't come when we needed them.
Yeah,
that second quarter was huge. What was it? 6 drives, 6 plays. I have to get the stat back up. Yeah, the last 3 drives of the first half, 11 plays, minus 6 yards. Where'd that defense go? We were getting to Tenor in the backfield. At least at the line of scrimmage, we were getting him. Short gains. Yeah. We were sniffing out that screen. Coop made that great play. We had the pick. It looked like a ball club that had woken up.
I really thought that was going to be the play, was the Coop sniffing out this. I thought that was going to be the play that kind of like lit everyone up and was kind of like, hey, like, this is where stuff turns around. You know, we got to play like this constantly.
And we say taking risks early in the ball game is the time to take them. We lose this ball game by 1 possession, 4 points. The Fighting Saints could not convert a 4th and goal from the 1 early in the ball game. They had 2 chances at the 1, 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1,
nope,
and could not get either of them into the end zone. The Saints lose by 1 possession, 28-24 to Roosevelt. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back, give you the highlights, wrap this one up with a bow. The Fighting Saints fall to 3-2 on the season, 4-2, on the season. You're listening to the Sports Saturday Postgame Show. Saints Radio, WCSF, Joliet, 88.7 FM.
Hi-ho, Kermit D. Frog here. We'll be right back with some new music here on WCSF Joliet.
Moving Day, a walk for Parkinson's, is happening around the country. More than just a walk. Moving Day is a fun experience that unites the community in the fight against Parkinson's disease. Parkinson's doesn't stop, and neither will we. So let's get moving. Join the Parkinson's Foundation to learn more and register for an event in your area at movingdaywalk.org. That's movingdaywalk.org.
Here's your daily tip from the Leach College of Nursing at the University of St. Francis in Joliet, Illinois.
Just 10 minutes a day dedicated to self-care can positively impact your overall health. Self-care can include running, reading, or any other hobby that you enjoy.
That was your daily tip from the Leach College of Nursing at the University of St. Francis in Joliet, Illinois. For more information about our nursing programs, visit www.stfrancis.edu.
This is the Sports Saturday Postgame Show with your host, Matthias Warner.
Alex Melkars, Jake DiLorenzo, Scotty Batten in for Matthias Warner. The Saints lose a heartbreaker to Roosevelt, 28-24. Saints Radio, WCSF Joliet, 88.7 FM. And if you're still with us here on the YouTube audio only stream. Scotty is fake screaming into his microphone in rage. I think we all feel a little bit of that as well as you're driving home from the ball game, or if you're sitting on your couch right now listening. We appreciate you sticking around for us. Let's get you a listen to the highlights, full game highlights. It all started in the first quarter, 1-yard touchdown run for Tenor of Roosevelt.
One on each side. Turn the give to Tenor. Finds a hole into the end zone. 12-play opening drive touchdown for the Lakers.
They follow that up later, a 25-yard touchdown on 4th and 10 for Keonta Nixon.
Budke throws right. It is complete, and they break the tackle. Touchdown, Lakers on 4th and 10.
That one really broke the back. The Saints tried to respond right away. Sam Tumulty looked over the middle. Joey Tumulty slipped and fell, and then this happened.
There's the snap. 3-man rush. Sam across the middle. That one is intercepted. Joey Tumulty, the intended receiver, but he slipped on the break. He fell down, and it was picked off.
Yeah, it was.
Down 14-0. Tavion Wells steps up in a big way. Gives the Saints a little bit of life, a big interception to get the Saints back in the ball game.
Roosevelt goes to the pass, make a big play with an interception.
They're going to throw here on 2nd and long. They're going to go deep right, and that one is intercepted by the Saints. Tavion Wells there on the underthrown ball to give it back to the Saints offense. Just what the Saints needed there.
After that big pick, Joey Tumulty gets a feed from his brother, and the race was on.
Well protected to the outside. Caught by Joey, first down. Plants and goes back inside. Back to the outside. Joey Tumulty off to the races. He's got blockers in front and touchdown.
No penalties. Big play.
That'll be 71 yards if it stands for Joey Tumulty.
Joey Tumulty, his only touchdown of the day, part of his 196-yard receiving day, And later on, the Saints go into the 2-minute offense, look really, really good. Sam Tumulty, a surgical drive, just picking apart the Laker defense, finishes it off with a 17-yard touchdown throw to Dan Getch.
Sam,
there it is.
Dan Getch down the seam and a touchdown.
The Saints open up the third quarter with the football. Joe Tumulty ends up fumbling it away.
And again, Sam throws right at it, complete to Joey past the 20.
Did he fumble?
He did. Ball still loose on the ground.
They got it.
Roosevelt will jump on it at the 15. Joey Tumulty gives it up.
That's a heartbreaker there. Going to the fourth quarter, Tenor gives the lead to Roosevelt, puts them up 21-14.
Tenor the single back, tight end motions right. Give to Tyler Tenor. Cuts it back in the middle of the field, breaks through, touchdown Lakers.
Dezion Jordan would answer, though. The Fighting Saints put together a drive, and Jordan gets into the score sheet.
Rushing 4, Sam, time, looking end zone for Jordan. Over the shoulder, and he caught it. Touchdown, Dezion Jordan, a huge strike.
After a big defensive stop deep in their own territory, they force Roosevelt to punt. And the Fighting Saints, his own Keenan Reese, comes up big.
Oh, yes! It's blocked by Keenan Reese. Keenan Reese blocks it and picks it up at the 45. Wow! And there's a return. Keenan Reese to the 40-yard line.
Oh, my goodness.
And that is a huge play from Keenan Reese on special teams.
The Fighting Saints would keep that momentum going. They would turn it in to a big 3rd down and 11 gain. Sam Tumulty shows off his physicality.
14, clock's winding down. We're tied at 21. 3rd and 11. Here comes the blitz. Picked up by Keenan. Sam steps up. He's going to try to take it himself. Sam Tumulty, just a huge collision, but picks up the first down. And I'll be honest, I'm a little worried about Sam after that hit.
He took a big hit, but he stayed in the ball game and finished it out strong. Later in the drive, Brian Mayday, big field goal from 40-plus out to give the Fighting Saints the lead.
This will be a 43-yard try. Left hash, a bit of a breeze left to right. Jalen Cooper, the holder. Good snap, hold down. Got the leg, plenty of leg. Is it through? It is! Mayday hits from 43 yards to give the Saints the 3-point lead with 3:20 to go. The biggest kick he's had this year.
Brian Mayday gives the Saints a 24-21 lead. Roosevelt marches right down the field, though, and with just over 70 seconds left in the ball game, Tenor puts them ahead.
Tight end goes left. They hand it to Tenor. Submarine, but he stays on his feet somehow. Touchdown.
A 28-24 lead. The Fighting Saints, 1 play to go, 2 seconds on the clock, 37 yards to get into the end zone. Here's what they drew up.
4 wide receivers, here we go. There's the snap, good one, good protection. Sam lets it fly left, it's well short, incomplete, ball game over.
And that would do it from Arlington Heights. The Fighting Saints fall 28-24. Gentlemen, after hearing those highlights and some lowlights in there as well, get any new perspective on the ball game, or are we kind of still in the doom and gloom, shock and awe part of this grief period?
I think right now it's over. It's time to move on. It's not the only game we're going to play for the rest of the season. The season's not done. A big part right now is that just starting this year, the top 20 teams are going to make it to the postseason.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully try to battle into one of those spots. I'm going to take a page out of Coach Curry's book right now. Life is 10% what happens and 90% how you react to it. So how are we going to react to this adversity? Dropping 2 in a row in close games that we probably should have won, in all honesty.
Could have easily won.
So let's bounce back, get together as a team, as a brotherhood, prove to ourselves that we can do this, and try to sneak our way in to one of those bottom spots.
And it's not like even like this is a team that like can't do it, you know? Like
this is the most talented team since I've been here.
This is the team that could take us to the promised land. So much talent on both sides of the ball, and I think now, like Scotty said, you know, the game's over. You can't do anything about it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So now you kind of have to you got to go forward. You have 2 winnable games that you have to go out there and, like you said,
take care of business,
Yes,
self-motivate.
yes, yep.
These are not games that you can squeak by, and you have to send a message to the committees.
Show how dominant you are.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You have to show the ARC committees that, hey, we belong in the top 8 in our area. We are one of the best 8 teams between the GPAC and the MSFA. We just are. Because now after tonight, Roosevelt's in that conversation. Obviously, St. X remains in that conversation. Olivet remains in that conversation. Morningside's going to stay up there. Indiana Wesleyan's going to stay up there. Marion's going to stay in there. Those 2 teams play soon. It's not a time for us to squeak by and make mistakes against Judson and win a ball game 21-17 or something like that. You know, this is a time to go out there, have a Waldorf-type performance. And I'm not demanding we put up a 60-burger again, because that's not realistic. But what is realistic is to come out with a vengeance and with a will to want to run it through your opponent's face. You have to come in with a hard-hitting attitude that you will not take this from anybody else the rest of the season, because you still control your own destiny. You need a little bit of help, but you control a good chunk of it, and you will not be in the conversation if you lose any more ball games the rest of this year.
Yeah, you said it all. I mean, this team has to go out there and prove that they belong. And, you know, I already said it. I think we all said it. This team can do it. This is one of the most talented teams that I think we've ever had here. And I'm still in heartbreak mode. I think that, you know, we were all coming into this game thinking we knew it was going to be a tough game.
We called it a trap game in the pregame show.
Yeah.
I called it a trap game. You called it a trap game.
It's like
after this, I don't know if it's a trap game. I just think Roosevelt's a damn good football team.
Yeah, they're a good team, and you know, we got to respond, right? We have to respond. Like Scotty, you know these guys better than I do. I think that now the fire has to be lit underneath them, you know, and they have to go out there and they have to take care of business. They have to make these 2 games look like they are like a perfect football team. I think that's what it has to be.
You need a performance like St. X gave this week against Judson, 58-7. You go out there and you show you leave no doubt. I'm going to take a book out of Remember the Titans. You don't let them cross the line of scrimmage. Like, that's the motivation you have to have within yourself. This team is not going to gain another yard. You make them remember the night they played the Saints. That's the kind of motivation you have to have. And Scotty, you would know better than I would, and without giving too much away, what does practice look like this week to kind of get you guys into that mindset and get you guys ready?
I'm saying that the fire was lit last week, but after this...
It better be lit now.
After this one, it 100% is. I feel like our guys are going to rally off this. I don't think we're the group to just roll over and let it be what it is. That's 2 in a row. We're not the group to turn 1 in a row to 2 in a row to start, and then 2 into 3 or 4. I feel like practice this week, I honestly feel like this is going to be the best week that we've had. And we've had some dang good weeks of practice. I feel like we're going to come out motivated. We're going to be driven. We're going to be disciplined. Come out, do everything the right way, like we are coached to do. And I think you guys will see it Saturday.
Go ahead, Jake.
I got none. I've already said all my pieces. I think that there's a lot of stuff that's got to change. And, I thought that last week was kind of just a result of us playing a really good football team.
Mm-hmm.
But now kind of going into this week, I'm not saying that Roosevelt
is a good football
team,
but we helped them out along the way.
Yeah, we did. And,
I don't think we helped St. Xavier out last week.
No.
At all. Even the last play of the game, kid made a good play.
Yeah, and now you just kind of got to go out there and you got to, play your brand of football. You have to remind people of who the Fighting Saints are, who we were those first 3 weeks of the year.
And you're going to be in front of a home crowd again, a friendly crowd, hopefully a rowdy one. It's going to be a little colder next week from what I'm reading, but, the Joliet faithful come out in droves when this team needs them, and they need them that next week. So if you're in the area, I better see you out there in brown and gold wearing your coats and hats and cheering on this football team because they need it. They need us to rally behind them because all of you at home are just as frustrated as we are with this loss. All the players are even more so frustrated with this loss. There's no need. I get it. I've been frustrated. I've sat here. I've kind of bashed for the past 10, 15 minutes since we've been on the air. And kind of the perspective that I need to have now is this team needs us to rally behind them. Yep. Us as media members, us as school members. Jake and I go to the dang school. We can't just sit here and say, this football team can't lose that football game. We have to rally behind this ball club, and the community has to too.
Yeah, and I played football in high school, right? So I know. No. It's not even that. It's not even that. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I know that the toll that these losses take, but when you have people behind you, same thing with Trey Turner with the Phillies this year, right? Oh, MLB reference. Wow, we're
look at us.
Sports
this
now.
Is new.
Here he goes.
This is good.
The city of Philadelphia got behind him. And I think he ended the year after that stretch hitting 346 with 12 home runs. So I think...
Is that good?
Oh, man. We didn't have one of the pregame show.
No, we did not.
Oh, man. Yeah, I don't ever want to hear that again. Never again. But yeah, we just, like you said, you got to band together. We're a school. We're like family here, So band together and let them know we're behind them.
Once again, a look at the numbers. Sam Tumblesy, a career day, 24-44 throwing, 375 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. He was sacked 3 times. Keenan Haley, the leading rusher, with 38 yards. Gavin Day had 10. Sam Tumblesy just 3 net yards on 11 rushes. The rush game just wasn't there today. Sam Tumblesy made it up for it with his arm. He connected with Joey Tumblesy 8 times for 196 yards. Daniel Getch, 6 receptions, his best game of the year to this point for 63 yards. Dezion Jordan, 5 receptions, 84 yards, one of his better games this year, someone we've been asking to get more involved in this offense. And Jason Hartsfield, 3 receptions for 21 yards. Again, Cooper led the team in tackles, by the way, with 7. Keemon Reese with 6, Mabudis with 6, Matthew Perry with 6. But again, that defense just couldn't get the big stop when they needed it. And you know what? That's going to happen sometimes. The offense had their opportunity too at the end of the game. And we haven't really talked about it yet. But that last play at the end of the game, I'm not exactly sure what the look was, what they wanted there. Sam let it fly and was about 10 yards short of the end zone and was well short of Dezion Jordan, who looked like he was just flying to the end zone. So I don't know if he wanted him to work back and try and draw a pass interference penalty, or if I'm looking too much into it and the ball just slipped, or any number of things could have happened.
We're here. We weren't out there, right?
Yeah.
we weren't.
But you can only
close.
see so much on the huddle camera video.
The 480p.
Yeah. Oh my God. So this is a loss that all of us are going to stew in this week. All of us. And, like you said, Scotty, it's about how these guys respond. And so I'm really looking forward to next Saturday when these guys come in here and they respond. And I'm looking forward to hear the reports from camp and practice this week, how you guys get after it, what the attitudes are like. And then obviously whoever we pull in for our interview next week, we're going to have to ask some tough questions. Like, where do you go from here?
Yeah. I'm not afraid to ask tough questions, Alex.
Well, we know.
Yeah.
We know.
I'm not afraid.
I'm Alex Melkars. That's Jake DiLorenzo. And we are joined this week by Scotty. I'm blanking on your last name right now. I hate to be that guy.
I'll give you a guess.
It starts with a B. I know that.
It does.
Bassett?
Close.
Chris Bassett?
Bassett?
Chris Bassett?
Oh, that's what I'm thinking. Give me a little help here. I'm a little depressed.
B.A.
Come
on.
It's not Bassett.
No, it's not Bassett.
B.A.T.
B.A.T.
Batty?
That's close enough. That's good.
Beatty?
Batten.
Scotty B. That's fine. There we go.
Scotty Batten, defensive back. I'm so sorry, Scotty. It's
all good.
I'm not in a good state of mind right now. I am sad. I am sad. It's 10:27 p.m. here in Joliet. We're going to let you guys out of here, let you guys drive home safely. If you're driving home from Arlington Heights, thanks for hanging out with us on the way back. Those of you at home, next week's a new week. Need a W. Come on out to Joliet Memorial. Support your Fighting Saints as they take on Judson. Once again, your final score, Fighting Saints 24, Roosevelt 28. You're listening to WCSF Joliet 88.7 FM.
This is Vaughn from the band Acid Dad, and you're listening to your new music discovery station, WCSF
Joliet
88.7 FM.
Keep it fitted with the G-Star denim. All black threads dripping off me like venom. Break backs like Bane did to Bruce Wayne. Cop W's like we, the Wu-Tang. Better stay in your lane. Remember the name, you punk. This the hooligan. Get delinquent. This the new Shut up. Stepping out, new dunks, no crisis. I got the flow like racist paces. Smooth words and the punch like crunch. Just so you know, baby, I am a munch. You do not know